Hello and welcome back to Roll the Bones. My name is Rob, and as ever, I am joined by my daring, intrepid players. That is Mike, Matt, and Dom. And I asked them the immortal question, which I think will be particularly difficult this session. What happened previously on Knights of the Apocalypse, assisted by the GM?
Right. Okay.
Right.
We realised this not about 10 minutes ago. Let's see. So, went to drop off the birdcage. Long story short, Scardy missing, more than likely dead. However, bumped into a familiar figure for someone, which was Ansel, which was the Shade.
Correct.
He just pointed up.
Yeah, he just pointed up.
Indicating what?
More than likely his spirit was floating above Valdenor with all the others that were currently floating above Valdenor as well. Which we found out more about during the session. Because, Bogram had been finding out more about what was missing, like in terms of like the power of his gifts, and why he was struggling a bit in trying to resurrecting some people because the spirits kept getting like snatched away up above. But we went back to Graves and Co, where we followed Bogram's daughter. I do not remember her name off the top of my head.
Aelin,
who was sleepwalking, and a ghost cat, which kind of gave us more indication there was loads of spirits above, and also the Bogram's residence was surrounded by malicious necromantic energy that had nothing to do with obsidian.
Yeah.
Tag.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
The next day, there was a royal appointment.
Yes. There was a royal appointment. We were escorted in sort of semi-disguise. Bogram was just in his normal.
Bogram was himself.
We were just dressed well.
Yes.
Silastra and Ansel were both in sort of.
Yes, Silastra had shift weaved a Graves and Co outfit.
And
so Graves and Co uniforms.
Ansel had borrowed a second best outfit that was far too small for him.
We made our way to the royal residence, where we were greeted by two people, non-royals, royal consorts, let's say. Yeah. One was a lady.
Arcane Soraya.
That's the one. Who tried to read our minds and was annoyed that she was unable.
Except she read mine quite easily.
Silastra, she totally read his. She was like, yeah, no problem, but why can't I
struggle with those rolls?
That upset her, and she was quite suspicious of us. And then there was a gentleman with her. Silastra, if you have that one, that would be helpful.
First voice, Apophis.
That's the one, Apophis. Who was basically just filling us in on what was required. He told us that Bogram had been specifically requested by the late king in his will, which was very unusual, and that Bogram must apply his trade and get him ready for the funeral, which was in
10.
As of
now,
days, yes.
10 days, yeah.
10 days.
Yeah, I think we then went to the body of the king and we found quite a few bits. I know Bogram wanted to kind of speak with the dead, but couldn't with all the armed guards surrounding the body. But
yeah, he would have liked to question him, but that wasn't possible because he was surrounded in the sort of royal death chamber, whatever it was, beneath
That's
the
right.
castle.
Yep.
He was wearing a ring that had like a slight magical scorch.
It was
Odd.
familiar magic to what was surrounding Bogram's home, but had been scrubbed clean magically. But there was like a little bit that was just like a bit of dust, so to speak, that we kind of
Easy details to
found.
miss as well. The ring, the magic ring, was had into it was fused a blue scale, a blue draconic scale.
Yeah. The blue, we found out the blue scale. So it's a blue dragon, and it's his sort of his dragon totem.
Scale.
Which is interesting, as we at least are aware that chromatic dragons are known for being of the evil
Very much.
certainly not the good alignment, which is odd.
The will, I think we found the will looked suspiciously clean, but not enough, almost like it was too good. So more than likely was a potential forgery. But
To be clear,
that
was
tell if
an
it was or
edited
not.
part of the will added recently. You learned this is all very important, so I want to make sure it's out for everyone to hear. You had learned that amendments had officially been made to that will recently, and then when you'd gone to check it, it had been made official that it would be Graves & Co. that would be the mortician for the royal funeral, specifically naming Graves & Co.
Yeah. Which is odd, why they would want that company. And if they knew, maybe they knew something about what Bogram was doing on the side of his other sort of identity and wanted him, that was a way of getting him there, maybe, or sort of hard to know. But yeah, we found lots of clues that we struggled to put together. We were unable to put things together.
We're missing the central bit.
Yeah, we just couldn't make sense of it. So we decided that because we have plenty of time as far as that's concerned, we do have a good 10 days, like you say, and access to that room whenever we want, and access to the king to get stuff done, we would go and investigate something else and come back to that.
Well, Silasta is concocting a plan, which I know I mentioned to Dom before you joined in, Matt, which was, you may remember Silasta is planning now. He would quite like to break into the castle to investigate the First Voice and the Arcane, like their office / work areas.
Yes.
So he's currently concocting and devising an idea in his head, also because that might help him in his little pet project as well.
Now, sadly, the next part of the session, due to us with having those ongoing technical issues, did sadly mean that the last part of the session was entirely lost. So we'll do our best to quickly explain exactly what happened in that moment as well. The strangers found themselves going to speak with Old Man Olam, Bogram's mentor of a sorts. What do you remember about that, first of all? And I'll see if I can fill in the gaps.
We went to his place, which is on the outskirts.
Like an old watchtower.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, very much so, yeah.
We arrived. Silas, you did some investigating out the back.
Yeah, it looks like lots of dead body carcass things in a shed, but
Yeah.
didn't get enough
Creepy.
information on checks to figure out more than that. And through the window, it looked like Old Man Olam was devising, practicing, concocting.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
We're not really sure what though. Like it didn't seem overly suspicious what he was doing through the window as such. Just his stuff out the back did. So we just decided to knock and go in and say hello. and from the offset, he was suspicious. Mind you, he's just a suspicious person. He was suspicious the first time he entered the field. Also, yeah, he basically said that there's a society of some sort that had tried to recruit him, and that he still hadn't decided whether he was going to be a part of it yet.
Ooh, it was also him who took the page about the Fugue Prism.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fugue Prism, that's the one.
Yes, the Libris Mortis, the necromantic scrapbook in the Great Library had that one page removed.
No, I can't remember if we actually found out exactly what. I don't think we found out exactly what a Fugue Prism was.
But it's definitely similar to what's currently affecting Valdenor.
So he actually
preventing the spirits from fully...
Yeah, he gave a very... It's because, once again, it is something that was said. Unfortunately, it wasn't recorded. But effectively, he said, if you imagine a prism as in a prism that refracts light, now imagine a prism that, instead of refracting light, refracts the soul of the living. That's effectively how he explained it, as vague as that is. So yes, being very shifty, being very odd, and seemingly trying to size you up as well, Obsidian. Him seemingly maybe in awe, maybe jealous of your power. You can't quite work out. But then, as this discussion became heated, it became heated in a very different way.
Bada-boomba.
As we
Superheated.
suddenly exploded, because we were being double-crossed by the old git, which we sort of suspected because, as I say, he was very suspicious from the onset. Suspicious. Super suspicious. And we were surrounded by a bunch of undead hounds, I think they are. Were they ghouls? I can't remember. Were they ghouls? No, they weren't ghouls. I don't think they were ghouls.
So,
We don't fully know, I don't think.
well, as you're recovering, you only manage to get a glimpse out of the window, and that is what we're going to discuss now, because that is where we're going to pick up today's session. That's how we're going to pick up today's session. The devastation of a fireball bursting through, exploding the windows of this place, had sent each of you reeling, caught fully in the blast of magical power. The door completely blasted off its hinges. Like I say, windows smashed in. Old Man Olam is thrown, equally caught in the blast as you are, and thrown back a good number of paces to slam into his desk. And as you whirl about, you're absolutely correct. That is the first thing you see. You see, as I've described before, the ravening jaws of death opening before you as disgusting, zombie-like, rabid wolves burst from black magical power that appears to manifest before the tower, and they come charging forth. That is where we're going to begin. These vicious-looking undead wolves begin the battle. And in the formation that only wolves really know how to do, they charge as a unit. They charge as a pack of death. The first one can easily leap through the crashed window to land here by you, Obsidian. What is your armor class?
In my flat-footed armor class.
Flat-footed armor class, thank you.
That's 14.
makes it so vicious teeth sink into you, Obsidian, and you take 7 points of piercing damage as it bites into you. Obviously, your power is able to reflect some of the injury, but what your power cannot reflect is this trip attempt, as the wolf immediately, with a successful attack, tries to drag you to the ground.
It will likely succeed.
Which, as I will point out, are free to do when they successfully land a bite on you. That is a DC 19 to beat.
Is that opposed strength?
Opposed strength, yes.
On strength. Yeah, well, I'm on a -1, so...
It did roll incredibly well. It leaps forward and it catches you high in the shoulder, like one of those police dogs. Catches you high in the shoulder and uses its own weight to pull you to the ground. And is snarling viciously at you. This one
Dear.
is going to pretty much attempt to do something similar. It's going to rush in to here, and it's going to attempt to do exactly the same thing to you, Ansel. Flat-footed armor class.
I'm just going to move Shriek, because he's not... As a
Flat-footed.
familiar, he's not really involved in combat. I'm just going to pop him up on the wall.
Oh, if he's not there, then in that case he would have... that's fine, I've moved him. Yeah, flat-footed, please, Ansel.
14.
14. That is also a hit, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
That is going to be... That's 4 points of piercing damage. Opposed strength roll, please. If actually one of you wants to double check who's not, just to check if it has to be strength, because obviously if it's dexterity, that might be helpful to you.
Strength.
I'm pretty sure it is strength,
hang
but
on.
just double check anyway,
I'll,
and we'll amend it if it changes. That is, yeah, opposed strength, please, Ansel.
It's a natural
Oh
one,
my
so
God.
that's a fail.
Another ravening zombie wolf just charges, catches you. Ansel does that damage, and you are dragged to the ground. You are also prone.
Make a strength check opposed by the defender's dexterity or strength. So it could be dexterity or strength.
That's a
Well,
shame.
I still got a
defending when
natural
you're
one, so
attacking.
it wouldn't have made any difference.
Okay.
I rolled very badly. It wouldn't have made any difference to me either, but
Good
it's
to
good to
know.
know for future.
Good to know. I think, yeah. Alright, well, forgive me for not checking that. I should have checked. The other wolves, the ravening undead wolves, let's see. Will jump through this window, but thankfully has enough movement to get all the way round to just land directly in front of you, Silaster.
Eep.
Flat-footed.
16.
That is a miss. The jaws snap at you, but whether it's because you've been knocked that out of the way from the blast and it isn't, you know, you're still reeling from the explosion, whatever it isn't able to land the attack. And the last one in this group here moves to here. Gets a natural flanking bonus there against you on your flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to hit. That is going to be 3 points of piercing damage. Can you please make an opposed strength or dexterity roll in that case? Make it good.
Ugh. 12.
You also get dragged to the ground. Now all three of you have been not blasted by this fire and find each of yourselves being dragged to the ground as these vicious undead jaws are snapping for your throats. As the jaws snap at you, Ansel, I ask, what do you do as it's your turn?
Well, this is going to be fun. Well, the first thing that happens is the shade will leap into action, and Initially, because of where he's placed, he's affecting the wolf here. Which means that wolf is currently at -2 to saves and AC. So I'm going to chuck some stuff at it. I think I'm going to, first of all, I can do it from the ground, can't I? I'll take an attack of opportunity, I think, if I do.
So is this
attack
you?
From the ground. Is that right?
No. So you're just if it just counts as an attack, that won't be an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, cool. It's a ranged attack via. But...
Oh, sorry. So I took that as it being. Is it you doing your blast? Sorry, it is your blast, right? Did I mishear?
Yes. Yeah.
It's just -4, isn't it? If the attack is on the floor.
Yeah, it's you're just a normal attack, so I'll just say it's a -4 to your attack because you're on the ground.
Okay, cool. So I'll fling a Eldritch Blast at the wolf that's affected by the shade.
Very good.
So that's a 19 to its touch.
Oh my word, yes.
With
so
the -4, that is.
That is an absolute hit to the wolf who is nearest the shade. It's the one that's next to Obsidian as well, right, that you're targeting?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's number 1. Gotcha.
So that takes 7 points of damage. And I don't imagine they can be sickened, but if it can be sickened, it will need to do it.
Won't be sickened, sadly. Won't be sickened by that.
That's fine. And I will curse it as well while I'm pointing at it.
Yeah, it's
so DC 18 will save.
That is a
and
failure.
it's at -2 to a save.
Even more of a failure, -2. So it is absolutely cursed. -2 to... Say
it's currently -2 to attack, saves, checks, and weapon damage.
Saves.
And then from the shade as well.
WD, there we go. Bit rusty. There we go. Right, so that's amazing. What is it like as you make that successful attack despite all the odds from the ground?
So I think the way the shade works is that it can't physically affect people. What it does is it leaps onto shadows. So as the wolf comes through the door, the shade just starts ripping into the shadow and starts tearing it apart. And although it's not doing any physical damage, something in the thing's essence is being just ripped apart. And then Ansel just starts flinging magical attacks from the floor as well.
Incredible. It gives out this hollow barking howl that only an undead creature can manage. Anything else on your turn, Ansel?
Yeah, I will. I'll move the shade to here so that he's affecting these two. So they're at -2 to their attacks. Not attacks, sorry. To their saves and their AC.
Very good.
And I will... is there any point standing up? Yeah, I'll stand up as well.
So is it all those wolves in that area have that minus to them then?
Only the ones that he's threatening, effectively.
Okay, so threatened ones have -2. I'll remember that. Perfect. Amazing debut for the shade there. I like to think that the shadows being thrown by the fire that's blazing around you in a way is augmenting it.
Yes.
Able to jump from flickering shadow to the next. Perfect. We are now onto these mysterious figures that you might have spotted outside. They're keenly aware of you, that have spotted beyond the smoke, beyond the wolves. Outside are a number of robed individuals that bear long, vicious-looking knives, are sort of stalking towards the premises. You imagine one of them was the culprit for the vast magical explosion. Is just going to spend his turn to get their cover at that wall there. That one. This one. is going to go there and is going to leer through the window from beneath the shadow of his hood. Peers through the window to watch the carnage unfold. And as he does so, that is the end of their turn for now, though it appears that something magical is occurring as they both move. We now move to Silasta, on the ground, being savaged by this wolf. What do you do?
As an immediate action that provokes no attacks opportunities, I stand from pro. So the wolf trips me, and I just immediately roll with it. And as he jumps up, regaining his balance, he's going to make that into his attack. So as he's jumped up, he's just adopting his Child of Shadow stance, and almost kind of like leaping down, a bit Batman-esque as he's leapt up, adopted his stance. He's going to drive both hands into the wolf between him and Ansel here.
Mm-hmm.
With an obscuring shadow veil.
Ooh, nice. Sorry, that's the one directly in front of it. Oh, no, at the door.
Yeah, between me and Ansel.
Gotcha. Good choice.
So that is flanking, so we are doing 27 to hit.
27
That's
hits.
more like it.
Absolutely. You slam into the beast.
Let me just get my final bits of damage. First one for the... Oh. How did I get... Oh, yes, that's it. That's it. So, it's the big one. 34 points of damage.
Oh my word! What is it like as you immediately destroy the undead wolf that is snarling in the door? Scraping at the door.
He leaps and just almost crushes the skull of the wolf with his obscuring shadow veils. Two blades of shadow just come in from each side, and as he does so, because that's an immediate action, not a move action to stand, he's going to move himself to there. And I don't... my tumble easily out.
Does the one attack from just one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're only leaving the threat range of one, so that's perfect. Incredible. Yeah, this beast is immediately just dispensed with. And you move out of the way. Excellent work. Incredible. So that was Silasta's turn. Sadly, you may have noticed that there is a rear guard of a sorts. These snarling wolven zombies also will make their presence felt. So, in fact, I'm just going to get rid of this one, because another one will just rush through the dust of its corpse to immediately take its place. And this one will come to the window there. The one that has moved, it has an incredible amount of movement. It's just going to attempt to bite you. Ansel, standard armor class, please.
16.
What is it like as this thing explodes through the door, but you are not there?
Haha. I think for a second it gets confused by the shade being in the way, and it's like snapping at the shade and Ansel, and just in the course of that, it's not really getting any attacks off.
Hang on, you're still on the ground. Oh, it's plus. You still would have missed, so don't worry about it. Because you're still on the ground, right? Am I correct in thinking that?
I did say stand up, but I don't think you heard because I didn't receive an attack opportunity. So.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it then. Yeah, I didn't hear, so that's my bad. Okay, that was its turn. That then means, let's see. These two at the back is just going to stand there, and he's going to make some form of readied action. This one moves forward and appears to, if you were to see him, some kind of magical effect would erupt about him. Actually, he can. He's still got the movement. He's going to move there. No, he can't. Sorry. No, I'm lying. He can't. So, that is them. We're finally at Obsidian. What do you do? As you're on the ground, this wolf's desperately trying to claw at your throat.
I think he will stand up.
Okay.
Which is going to provoke an attack of opportunity as he does, but I think even if I get hit, whatever, doesn't matter. He'll take the hit.
That is a hit on the attack of opportunity. That is 6 points of piercing damage. I don't know if he gets to trip you on an attack of opportunity. It just says on every successful...
Not as he's standing.
No, I don't. Yeah,
you can't trip somebody as they're standing.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so he just bites into you, but you're able to stand. Bogram, you stand.
Yep, he takes very little damage from that, which is lovely. Taking a potion. What sort of action is it? What have we done to that?
That is, generally speaking, a free action, as we've called it.
Free action. Yep. Would like to quaff a potion of Eagle Splendor.
Okay.
Which will only give me a +2 rather than the +4, because I've already got a Cloak of Charisma +2 and it doesn't stack, but the extra +2 is handy. And then he will hold his hand up in the air and say something loudly in Infernal as he does a rebuke.
Yes.
It is a rebuke, not a command, so it can go however many it goes above my level. It'll rebuke the lot. I don't have to stick to any level amount with rebuke as opposed to command. So my charisma is now that. Ooh, that's beautiful. 23. That is 22 or higher. Cleric's level +4, which is the maximum it can be. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 hit dice.
Okay, 12 hit dice worth of undead are rebuked.
Which means that they cower as if in awe. Attack rolls against them get a +2 bonus, and they cower in awe. And the effect lasts for 10 rounds. So that will affect... I think it goes on with whichever is closest to me if it affects more than one. So it'll be this guy first, and then this one if it gets him as well. And then that is me. That's all I can do.
So, Obsidian, you note two things actually whilst this happens. First of all, your rebuke is immense, and we're going to ask what it looks like in a second as it goes off. However, only 2 of the wolves are affected by that. It seems that as you make the turn command rebuke effort, there is a power behind them that has given them turn resistance, effectively, which means that they are worth more hit die when it comes to turning them. So there is you're
turn resistance
you're
as well.
fighting this necromantic power that is sort of like animating them. So only 2 of them cower. The second thing you think of when you are doing this is that as you've stirred and committed your action, that triggers the readied action of this guy here. As I mentioned, he was readying something. A burst of magic missiles erupt through the shattered window, immediately hitting you in the chest. Bam, bam! Doing 7 points of force damage. Bam, bam! As 2 of them slam you in the chest.
Okay. Ow.
With that, we are back to the top of the round. Now, the cowering wolf just stays there and doesn't do anything. Is that right? Just cowers? Doesn't run away?
He cowers as if in awe, and all attacks against him get a +2 bonus for 10 rounds this lasts, and he doesn't run away. So
Yep, so
pummel
he's
those 2 guys.
Absolutely
Going
just
up
stuck
very
there,
easily.
frozen in fear. And that one is also the same. My goodness me. So let's see. Number 2 got blasted to pieces. The third wolf, this one is Silasta moved around behind it. It then immediately, reflexively, its animal's instincts still within its body past the point of its death, instantly makes it just lunge for you. Silasta, armor class.
22.
Its jaws snap at thin air as you dodge out of the way. This one is going to do a free 5-foot step and will also do the same. That is going to hit.
Does it?
Does it?
Child of Shadows.
Okay, cool. Roll it up.
It does.
Okay,
It does.
That is 7 points of piercing damage to you then, as its jaws sink in deep, and then an opposed strength or dex, please.
Sorry, how much?
7, I think I said.
Yep.
The opposed strength or dex DC is not particularly high. A 12 you have to beat. Not enough.
Too short.
It gets lucky. It just slams into you and drags you onto the ground once again. Okay, I mean, shit, yeah, shit happens. But thankfully, that is the end of that group of wolves' turn. We are now over to Ansel. You see this wolf in front of you is suddenly, like, completely in awe by this pillar of necromantic command that comes from Bogram. As you see this happen to the wolf, Ansel, what do you do?
Well, first I'll send the shade to give a little support to Silasta, because I feel like the 2 wolves that have been rebuked aren't too much of a concern right now. And then I'll try and blast this one here with a little bit of eldritch energy. And I am standing now, so I can just... 21 to hit.
On the wolf next to you.
On the one closest to Silasta.
Oh,
here.
sorry. Yes, absolutely is a hit.
5. That's not very much damage at all. But on the plus side, he is now easier for Silasta to hit. So he's -2 to attacks. Not attacks, AC. Too used to saying the
-2 to AC. Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
And saves, but that's from the shade.
And saves. Yeah. Gotcha. Anything else then, Ansel, as that strikes at that wolf there?
No, that's it. I don't think I'm going to use a curse on them because I don't.
Yeah, by all means. He's got to do a save
I'll
then.
save.
Yeah.
No, I'll save it. I'll save it for now.
Okay then. That is Ansel's turn. We are now over to these mysterious robed figures. And this is a tricky one. Yeah, he's just gonna do it. He's this guy here. Will enter his allied square. He will enter No, he's not going to. He's not going to. He can look over his ally and stand there. He doesn't get line of sight on Ansel, but he does get line of sight on Silaster. He raises a hand that is, each finger appears to be adorned with vicious rings of bone, and from that hand there erupts a foul power. Make a fortitude saving throw, please, Silaster.
Silaster sees this coming towards him and then just looks within himself and says, no, mind over body, you can do this, as I will use my concentration check for this roll.
Very good.
That means that is 32 on the save.
Some vicious, necrotic power tries to invade your soul, Silaster, but you are able to resist the power, and you see, like, the smirk beneath the hood turn into a snarl of disgust as you resist the power. Okay, very good. That was him. Let's have a look. The other boy, this one, still has clear line of sight through the shattered window at Obsidian. Obsidian, please make a reflex saving throw, please. He reaches out a hand, and this dark energy just zaps from the sky, reflects from his outstretched palm, and blasts towards you as a lightning bolt catches you straight in the chest, Bogram.
Ow.
Full damage.
You really need to heal.
15 points of
Again.
electricity damage. There is just like an echoing blast of noise as, like, now electricity just reaves through the fire that is surrounding all of you. Yeah. That was them. Silaster.
Once again, I can stand up with no issues there. Swift, he's up, no attacks of opportunity, back on his feet. Little dance there, knocking me down, he's back up again. Seeing the wolves, he's able to deflect, but he just spotted this bolt of lightning shoot behind him, or over his head pretty much, into Obsidian. Silaster's going to change his tact slightly. So he's going to move. And again, my tumble's at 19, so I don't think I need to do a roll for those two. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll roll to there. And then, lining up to the mirror, as Silaster's running, he pulls out just a strand of shadow and then throws it like a lasso at this robed individual through the window. I need to make a touch attack.
Sorry, the robed individual through the window. Oh, that one up there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Moving the camera up a little bit. There we go.
20 to touch.
Yeah, that goes straight into him from the touch attack. Perfect.
Nice. In that case, he takes... Oh, 36 points of damage.
He's leering at you through the window. You rush towards the window and you go, ah! And hurl this thing at him. What is it like as you immediately kill this one?
This is a shadow garrote, so the garrote, I throw it, it wraps around his neck, I just spin on the spot and just a yank over the shoulder, and it's just in this neck, just... As then the shadow just dissipates.
And he just collapses to the ground, writhing for a second, and then he is still. Great work. Anything else on your turn, Silaster?
Nope.
Okay, this wolf here is doing nothing because he is in awe of the command of Obsidian, leaving only this one remaining here, which 5, 10. Yeah, it can easily. It's just going to rush through, and it's actually appearing. It doesn't appear to care that it's just rushing through the fire to get to you, Silas. This burning, flaming wolf just pounces through the fire towards you, and attacks your armor class.
22.
But its jaws snap just wide of you as you dart aside from his attack. The remaining individual in robes now, because his buddy got fucking just annihilated in one. Is gonna go 5, 10. Gets a good glimpse at you through the window there. Please make a fortitude saving throw, please, Silaster.
Oh, it's so weak. Actually, it's not too bad. I'm in a stance, it's boosted. 23.
Oh my goodness, you once again feel this necromantic power try and invade your soul, your being, but you throw the power off. Obsidian, it's your turn.
Obsidian will take a free 5-foot step to here, so he's got his back pressed up against this wall for a bit of cover.
Nice.
And then we'll cast
Hey, buddy.
inflict critical wounds upon himself.
Nice. So roll it up as you inflict critical wounds upon yourself.
32 points
Bloody hell.
of negative energy healing,
Incredible.
which puts him in a slightly better position for next time. And that is what he will do.
Anything else? You've moved, you've done that. All good.
Yeah, it's me.
A wise decision, I feel, as Obsidian reconsolidates position and his health. We move back to the top of the round. The stunned wolf just looks on at you, Bogrim, just awe in its dead eyes as it beholds its the epitome of deadness. I don't know what goes through a zombie wolf's mind. Number 3. Is number 3 still with us? Number 3 is still with us. Number 3 should have had an attack of opportunity. You can tell him Rusty.
What, on me?
Yeah.
No, I tumbled away. I haven't rolled the tumbles because my tumble DC's at 19.
That'll be why I don't remember it happening. Instead, this one is going to rush at you, Ansel. AC.
16.
That is a hit. It's 5 points of piercing damage. Strength or dex opposed roll, please.
Okay, I will use Dex because it's one higher.
It's not very good, so you have every chance.
18.
Easily exceeds the 11. So, yeah, it tries to, bite onto you, but you're too slippery. You move out of the way of its grasp, back you away from it. Very good. Let's see. And Wolf, the other wolf here. It's gonna just do its best to get away from that, whatever it's attacking. It's shadow, I think, and I think equal distance between Silaster and Obsidian. So, Silaster, D6 for me. 1, 2, 3, it's you. 4, 5, 6, it's Bogrim.
It's Bogrim.
It snarls and rushes towards the Dread Necromancer. It rushes to there and attempts to attack your armor class.
15.
Is a hit. 4 points of piercing damage. Probably doesn't hit the sides.
I take nothing.
Opposed. rolls. A moderate roll.
Well, at least I can use Dex now, so I'm on a +1 instead of a -1.
Nice.
14.
Yes, you surpass it. This thing once again tries to throw its weight into you, but you this time roll with the impact, and he just flies off you, doing no harm to you whatsoever. Fantastic, Ansel. Your turn.
I kind of want to do things that I can affect, so I'm gonna. Can I see this guy through the door?
Yeah, you could peer around and you would absolutely see him. Yeah, it would be as if you were peering from cover if you were shooting a bow. So same with spells, certainly.
Cool. I will send the shade through the window to go for him. So, for his point of view, it's like for a second he's like the black smoke seems to be like coming from the fire out the window, and then he realizes no, it's something much worse.
There's a figure in the black smoke. Oh my goodness.
So the movable hex effectively is affecting him now. And then I will Eldritch Blast him while he's distracted. So his AC is -2, so it's 21, so it probably would have hit anyway, I imagine.
Yeah, that's going to hit him easy peasy.
And he takes 8 points of damage, and he'll need to, if he's capable of being sickened, he will have to do a fortitude save,
He will make a
DC 19.
fortitude saving throw, my god. With a
And
7
he's
on the
-2 to that.
with a 7 on the die already, yeah, so he is definitely sickened. So -2 to basically everything.
And then I'll throw another curse out for fun, why not?
Okay, that's a will, right?
That's DC 18 will, yes. And he's currently a -4 for that.
That is a failure.
Excellent. So he is
Cursed.
just while he stood there, at least he's cursed, sickened, and he's got that companion on him. So he's -4 to attacks, -6 to saves, -4 to checks and weapon damage, and -2 to AC.
His mind is utterly addled by this power, the power of the shade, dropping down upon him like the day ending for him almost. It seems. Anything else, Ansel?
That's all I can. I could move, I guess. I don't think that's a good idea, so I won't.
Nice.
I might.
This one is there, but you don't have direct line of sight on him, so I don't think you'd get an attack of opportunity if he took a 5. No, it's a 5-foot step anyway, so it won't matter. He's going to do that, and he is going to fire something at Silaster. Something else, but it will also require a fortitude saving throw, please.
Natural 20.
Some darkness seems to begin falling upon you, Silaster, but what is it? What's the one image that you bring to your mind to keep your vision?
He closes and he's just surrounded by snow and just an ice blue sky, and then a crystal obelisk brings his focus back.
Amazing, and the crystal obelisk turns purple to violent red to flames as you're back in here, resisting the power of blindness. Good job. It is now your turn, Silaster. As you throw off that power, we go back to you.
There we go. I think I'm going to mountain hammer the wolf here.
You know,
Let's
it is a
try.
blaze as well, so it's not as strong as the others.
18 to hit.
18 is a hit.
Oh, nice. So that is... -3. So that's 17 points of damage through damage reduction and the like.
Let me check something. The flame's in the way, blocking his number, that's why. There we go. What is it like as you obliterate this wolf with the perfect amount?
Oh!
You take it to 0.
You take
He's,
the 0.
he
if
pulled
I'm
an
not at
Erasio.
0. Yeah, Erasio, long may he rest.
He just does an overhead smash, like he brings his arm just down and then just down into the head of the wolf. And as he does that, as his standard action, he then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 moves to there.
Yeah, you move there. Can you give me a spot check or a heal check, please, Silaster, as you rush that way?
Yeah, what's better? Oh, both the same. Well, let's go with a spot check. 16.
As you're rushing in that direction out of the corner of your eye, as you rush past Old Man Olam, the figure appears to have been lying motionless, having been thrown back by the fireball. You notice his hands are doing this. As he's very slowly trying to, like, appear unseen and just slowly try and pull himself away from the carnage that's going on. That's what you notice with that check. Excellently done. As he feigns a different condition, shall we say? Very good.
What a shitbag.
So that is Silas's turn. The remaining wolf of this group. Let's see. No, I believe 5 was the one that was vexed in awe. Yes, so actually he's still in awe for like another 8 rounds. So with that, we are now on to this guy here. What is your touch armor class, please? Silaster, you're the other two, both Bogram and Ansel got their backs to the wall. You're the only one visible to the spellcasters there. Another spell comes raining through. What's your touch AC?
I've just realised the one thing I've not done on my Excel sheet is separate my 3 different armor classes. So that's something to add in. 20,
the
my touch.
fallibility of... Oh my goodness. So you see this sizzling bolt of acid just shoot past you. You could say it's almost like an arrow hurtles past you and begins burning a hole in the wall opposite. As you definitely move aside. We're now at the bottom of the round. Obsidian.
Hello.
Hello.
The 2 in front of me are both still capable and fighting and stuff, aren't they?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It's frustrating because I really want to get the guys outside because I feel like you guys have got these, but I will attempt another rebuke to try and get these other 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, by all means.
okay. 21. One there. It's 19, 21. So it's cleric's level +3 this time, not +4. Still very good though. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 hit dice of creatures.
Just the one.
Just the one. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's not really a
So
spoiler
it'll be
at
the
this
one
point.
right in
With
front of
12,
me.
you know that you got 2, so you can estimate they're both worth 6 each with that boost to them. So yeah, sadly only the one.
No, that's cool. Okay, so we got the guy right in front of me That's cool.
The one directly ahead. Okay, got ya.
And that will be... well, if I got him, he's not going to try and attack me, so I could now do a move, couldn't I?
Yeah, both of those. As long you'll be leaving the threat range of this one here, who's right in the middle.
Oh, the one that's being threatened by...
But that's just one. But it's up to you.
Yeah, he can take the attack of opportunity. I'm going to move over here.
Oh, that's your AC is 15, right?
Yes.
With a 2 on the die, that's an abysmal miss from the wolf. It snaps at you as you move away, Obsidian.
Beautiful. That's me.
Excellent. We are back to the top of the round. Wolf 1 in awe. Wolf 2 gone. Wolf 3. Let's see. Wolf 3 is the only one I think going. Oh no, that's Wolf 6. Oh no, Wolf 3 is there. That is actually sadly flanked by both of them. It's undead, so it's just got to keep going. It doesn't seem to have any regard for its own well-being. So we'll make it entirely random. Dom, if you wouldn't mind, a D6, 1, 2, 3. He'll go for Ansel. 4, 5, 6. He'll go for Salasta.
Ansel it is.
Ansel it is, and that is a 17 to hit. Does that hit you?
That does hit, yeah.
Bite lands. Oh, that's cocked. 4 points of piercing damage, and an opposed check.
Cool.
Of all right.
14.
Better than what I got. So again, it tries to drag you to the ground, but you wrest yourself from its jaws. Part of its jaw coming with it, perhaps, as you wrench away. And then the other one, I believe, is also now. Yeah. Zapped. So he will just continue to be in awe of the Necromancer. Ansel, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move to here, which will probably provoke an attack of opportunity.
It snaps as you go.
16 again.
That is a miss. It snaps as you rush past.
Sweet. And the shade will rush. A roiling mass of oil and shadow at that guy, and I will blast him with an Eldritch Blast with any luck. So he's at -2 AC for the purposes of his touch, which is 16 on touch.
Yes, yeah, easily.
So he takes 4 points.
Oh man, what
4 points of damage.
Damage rolls today, my goodness.
I know, they're shy, aren't they?
Absolutely
shocking. But he also has to take a Fortitude save, DC 19, which he's at -2 for.
Ooh. Okay, so hang on a second, that's him. And what save, sorry?
DC 19 Fortitude.
That he's at a minus...
He's at -2.
-2. That is a failure.
Sweet, so he is sickened.
Okay.
And then I'll curse him as well as a free action.
Okay, we'll save. Oh no!
Indeed. He's currently -4 for that as well.
2 on the die, so absolutely he is cursed as well. Oh, here it comes. It's the Stranger's Classic. The slowly whittling them down. Well, I say it begins.
Yes.
Oh, Christ. Anything else?
That's all I can do, I think. I could do a free action. I'm not going to. Actually, no, I will. I'll take a potion, actually. I'll take a potion. I'll do a Cure Mod, I think, which is 2d8, isn't it?
Yes, okay. This one is going to retaliate. Ansel, as you move this way, he lifts up a palm and you see a spark of black electricity ripple from his palm and then burst towards you. Reflex saving throw, please.
I am assuming this is a magical attack.
It is a magical attack.
Excellent. So I get a bonus. 20.
Wow, you only take half then, so I'll do the full amount then or I'll just roll half the die, which is better. I can't roll half the die, so I will have to half it. Okay, that's alright actually, so 7 points of electricity damage. It would have been 14 total. A blast of electricity rips towards you, Ansel. How is it that you only take half?
He just does like a sick, like lean back. His body like cracks as his whole spine just as the lightning just scorches up his body.
Absolutely insane. I love that. Yeah, you can taste iron in the air from the lightning blast around you, Ansel. Very well done. That was him reeling from the curse that has been put upon him. However, that is nothing in comparison to the state that this guy is in. Now that the shade has moved away from him, does he no longer have...
Yeah. The shade doesn't only affects them while he's there. So for the guy that was previously cursed and sickened, he's -4 to attack, saves, checks, and weapon damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
You'd have to worry about the shade thing.
Which is annoying because he has to make an attack with what he had lined up. But regardless, we won't change it. He will do a 5-foot step there, and it's going for your ranged... It's going for your touch, Ansel.
My touch is 12.
But because of the minuses that you put onto his attack, zoom, a blast of acid flies towards you. But like, there's some. What is it about your curse that makes him totally miss you, Ansel?
I think he doesn't take into account the sort of damage that's been done to the window. So as he throws the acid through, just like a bit of crumbled masonry drops and takes it out of the air.
Oh, my goodness.
Sort of the luck.
A moment of unluck, certainly. I love that very much. Okay. With that, then, it is Silas's turn.
Silaster sees that Ansel's dealing with quite a few of the things outside. So Silaster's going to deal with the target in front of him, this wolf. And... actually is going to do a full round attack, so he's going to attack twice.
Okay.
First attack. 18?
18 is a hit.
13.
Is a miss.
That's fine.
This one's been damaged slightly. Only slightly.
Ah. 16 points of damage.
What is it like as you destroy the zombie wolf before you?
Silaster was attempting to go for like a sort of a forward flip and then land both heels kind of like onto him, but only one of the heels connects and smashes the zombie wolf's half-broken jaw off the ground, shattering what was left of the jaw and the teeth as it just explodes outwards across the watchtower's floor.
Amazing. And as we move past your turn, we then go to one of the wolves is gone and the other one remains in awe of the command, which means we jump to this one here, this robed individual. Let's bring him up. I can't help but feel I might have skipped him, actually. I did skip him. I skipped this boy.
Which one?
So one of them fired acid.
Oh no, I think you took one of them early.
No, yes, I did. Yes, absolutely. So that was him. It was you. These wolves are incapacitated, meaning that there's the last remaining one. Yes, I do apologise. Who is this one here? Oh no, I did the wrong one. That's why. I did this guy early. So in that case, this guy will take his turn now. He's going to 5, 10, 15. Rush to there. Can you please make a will save, please, Silaster?
I will try. 15?
Sadly, meets the number, doesn't surpass it, so that is a fail. He moves forward, and there is a blast of sickening-looking colour that erupts towards you in a spray. As you have more than 5 hit dice, it only means you are stunned for 1 round, as colour spray just surrounds you. You're stunned for a round.
Okay.
Obsidian, it's your turn.
Can I see this dude? No, he's up against the window.
Yeah, you could. He will have where he is at your angle at the moment. I'd say he probably has half cover.
All right. I mean, it's not a thing that it's
That's
a
fine.
spell.
Yeah.
Right on a person, so
Yeah,
I
no
only need to
worries,
see a
then.
bit of him.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. It's one I've not done before.
Oh,
These guys have upset me. There's a level of sort of real. He's been irked in his eye as he looks at this dude, and he sort of, in one hand, he grabs his other hand like this, and then looking at this dude, he says something in Infernal. Can he please do a Fortitude save, DC 23?
can he? That's a very good question.
I mean, fingers crossed.
So this is number
Eagle's
2,
splendor.
and number 2,
These one.
yeah. Oh dear. That is a failure.
Beautiful. You're gonna really like this one, guys. This is advanced learning. This is something he's been spending some time learning out of game. It's not on his spell list. His hand rips off. His hand is immediately severed from his body,
Oh god.
and it floats in the air and starts attacking him.
Oh my god.
So as his hand is ripped off, it could kill him anyway.
Is
But
it
he
the-
takes 24 points of damage. And if that doesn't kill him, his hand essentially sort of it's as it's ripped off, it almost becomes a little bit more claw-like and looks undead as it floats in the air and just starts going to town on him. And will attack him every round on my turn.
Yeah, he dies immediately. So
He dies. Right? It doesn't do it. It's ripped off. And it may be the.
Is it the one with the dagger in his hand?
It
Or-
grabs him round the throat, and it just chokes him out.
Oh
He
my
just hits the
word.
floor, and then as he dies, the hand also just flumps to the floor as well.
Do you get your hand back?
My hand.
Yeah.
It's not
I thought
my
you
hand.
ripped-
No, his
thought you
own
ripped your
hand.
hand off.
His hand.
His own hand.
Oh, his own hand.
His own hand ripped off and started attacking him. Yeah.
An evil hand.
It's a spell called Grim Revenge. The hand of the
No.
subject tears itself away, leaving a bloody stump, and then starts attacking the subject.
Oh my word.
And the hand was really pretty powerful, actually. It attacks as a white, so it's pretty tough if it gets its attacks. But it didn't need to. That is my turn.
Ouch.
Well, actually, I didn't move. What I'll do is I'll step forward a square just so that I can get a better view on the next dude.
Perfect. That was incredible. I think that's terrifying and awful. That was Obsidian's return. We're back to the top of the round. I think all of the wolves now are accounted for. I think so. They're all either locked into that command, or
Yeah, they've had 4 rounds. They've
or
got 6
done.
more
Yeah,
rounds.
so they've still got 6 left.
And this one has only had 1 round being... No, 2 rounds, sorry. So he's got 8.
Yowzers. Okay. Right. That means we then move to Ansel.
Okay, Ansel's going to move to here. And he's just going to swing his scythe in an arc, hopefully. 18 on this guy. He is at -2 from...
Yes, and that is a hit.
Excellent. So I've forgotten how much damage it does. I think it's just 2d4 plus 1. It is. Uh, 8 points of damage, but more importantly, the final 2 evil guys, I guess I'll say, have to perform a...
Oh, right. I know what you're doing.
a will save, or become frightened. Or shaken, sorry, not frightened.
He's already got a lot of minuses. He's at minus...
He's at -6, I think, for
minus
save.
6. Yes. So that is an immediate failure from him. And the guy over there... That is a 1 on the die, so he is absolutely terrified. They are both have the frightened condition.
Shaken, not frightened.
Shaken.
Slightly different. Well, it's very different. But so just for you to keep track of the numbers in case you're wondering.
Yep.
So the guy that's furthest from me is -6 to attacks, saves, and checks, and -4 to weapon damage. And the guy right next to me is -6 to attacks, -8 to saves, -6 to checks, -4 to weapon damage, and -2 to AC.
I basically had that. -6 to AC, was it, the last bit? Yeah.
-2 to AC.
Oh, -2 to AC. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yes, because the shade has moved next to him. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have most of that for the most part. But it is
I just like saying it.
It is good for you to remind me. Oh no, I like it too. Amazing. You strike. This guy doesn't die from your strike, but is severely wounded by it. And they both recoil in fear as you explode out of this burning building to take the field and strike at them. Anything else on your turn, Ansel?
That's it, thanks.
Okay. This one here is shaken. He realised the jig is up, so he is going to do something that will mean... No, he can't. He's just going to have to go for your ranged touch. That's a shame. He's used those spells. I can't do it. Ranged touch. What is your touch armor class, please?
12.
He's got a chance. Whoa, yeah. No, he does not, because he rolled a 6.
That's wiped out by the
just immediately just cancelled out. Like, as if nothing happened. Like, he sends forth this necromantic ray to enfeeble you, but like, he's just totally thrown by your your presence standing before him at this point. And then this one here. No, he's later, so that is... Yeah, he is later. So, Salaster, it's your turn.
I'm stunned.
Oh, yeah, you're stunned, yes. Excellent. In that case,
no longer stunned.
You're now no longer stunned. But you come out of your wooziness. This one now goes... is going to go there, and I'm going to ask a Fortitude saving throw from... Sorry, I meant to go there from there. So Fortitude saving throw from Ansel and Silaster, please.
Is it a spell?
It is.
Oh no! Oh no!
We both critically fail.
So he rushes away, and as he does, sadly, you both fail as there is a sudden flash of light in the doorway. So Ansel, you're all sort of caught in the middle of it, and Silaster, you just get hit full in the face with this blast. Bogrum, you're just outside of the radius and also have cover from the wall there, so this won't affect you. There is a blast of light as pyrokinetics erupts around you. Fireworks, which means, can you roll a d4, Dom, and add 1?
Pogwillin!
Oh, man. 2.
You are both blind for 2 rounds.
Oh. Ah, shit.
And he's done that, and it looks like, in his shaken state, he is making to escape. Obsidian, it's your turn.
Oh dear. If I step to the window, can I see these two outside?
Yes, you can see both of them. Yeah, you'll be able to look out the window.
I'm gonna step to the window.
Let's move that guy out of the way as well. So you push him out of the window. There you
go. Was it this one that just cast that?
Yes.
That just blinded those two?
Yes.
Okay. In which case, let me just make sure. One living creature. Beautiful. So, I just point at him and just say, right back at you in Infernal. Can he please do a Fortitude saving throw, DC 21?
Minus
8. Wasn't he?
So he gets a -2 to that result, as in -2 was what he got. So he fails.
Oh no! Oh my god! He is very, very blind. Permanently. He is permanently blind.
Permanently blind. Yeah. Oh.
And then I just point at the other one and say, "You're next."
Who? This guy's screaming wildly.
And then you guys can just hear me shouting at Ansel for the next round, going, "He's left a bit. To your right. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock."
We are back to the top of the round.
Amazing.
The Wolves remain under the command for another 5 rounds. Ansel, it's your turn. You're blind. What do you do?
I'll try and grapple the one next to me, because I know he hadn't moved.
Yeah, he hasn't
so
moved.
I've got a reasonable chance.
I believe it's just... I guess it's like concealment, or is it like a -4 or something?
I think it's -4.
You have a 50% mischance if you're blind.
Okay, so let's do that then.
50%.
Yeah.
Let's say 1 is a miss, 2 is a hit.
Okay. Hey! So you get to grapple him. So make a touch attack against his touch armor class then.
Let's say the touch first, which is that.
Yeah, I'm already rolling the opposed ready.
13 for the touch.
His AC is affected, I believe.
It is -2, yeah.
Because the shade says, so yes, that is a hit on his touch armor class. Amazing.
That's lucky. And then the grapple.
So while you're blind,
21.
That beats 15 with his minuses as well. So,
wow, he rolled quite well then.
He rolled really well, but sadly, that he still isn't able to do anything with that. blindly, you seize onto the man. You
Just
have
sees these like staring eyes that can't see anything. He grabs.
Oh my god, that's like, arguably more terrifying, I think. Amazing. So he is. You've just grappled him at this point. That counts as your attack. So that's that for now. And if he wants to get out of it, he'll have to attempt to do that on his turn.
Cool.
Which actually has come right up, I believe, because he is number 2. Let me just double check. Yes, I believe he is number 2. Yes. So he is going to squirm around in your grasp. And try and escape.
Great.
Opposed.
Straight opposed.
Yeah, straight opposed.
16.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. You just hold him still as he does that. Yep, that's his turn. Shit. Silaster, it's your turn.
Silaster, his vision leaving him, he's like, vaguely remembers there was a wolf in front of him, and he's going to attempt to hopefully try a wide kick. Well, a wide couple of kicks to see if he hits that one.
Yeah, well, it's you get a bonus to your attack because he's under the command, right, Bogram? +4, was it? +2?
+2. But I get a 50% mischance, so...
Okay. Oh, right, of course.
51 or higher then. Let's see. I'm going to do a full attack action, so I'll do both. That's the first one would hit, second one would hit. Okay, so I'll roll them as normal then. That's fine. That's lucky. So... first smack. 20.
Is it?
Second smack. 25.
So you while blind beat the crap out of this wolf. Oh my word.
Oh, I didn't even put... There we go.
You can't just type the roll, you have to... Yeah, you have to do
I know. 30 points of combined damage for the 2 hits.
So whilst completely blind, you just reach out and somehow get your mitts on this wolf and batter him to death. What does it look like? How do you accomplish this?
Silaster went for a very wide, sweeping kick, just hoping that if he went wide enough, he'd clip it. And he got the first one to connect, and he just did like another roundhouse kick.
It's just spinning.
There it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Spinning on the spot.
First one confirmed his position, the second one executed him. Amazing. Great job. Anything else on the turn, Silaster?
Nope.
Okay, that's that then. Other wolf is... still in command. Being commanded, rather. Other one is gone. 3. Blind. Mike, can you roll me a d8, please? Oh, no.
2.
The man runs
dear.
right back towards the building because he has been totally... disorientated and runs into this wall. Bang! And goes is unable to really work anything out at that point. That is going to be his turn. Obsidian, it's your turn.
Can I climb out through this window?
Yeah, it's only like a small ledge, lower than waist height.
Like one.
Yeah, doesn't
one
use any movement. Yeah,
Just that.
yeah.
Lovely. In that case, I would like to try and make a touch attack.
Yeah, by all means. He has -2 to his arm class already because of the presence of the shade.
And I'm flanking with the shade. Can I flank with the shade?
You can't flank with the shade.
Can't flank with the shade.
He's incorporeal.
That's alright, doesn't matter. So just down and touch. Oh, crap, hell. That is not good. 11.
11 on his touch.
It's touch armor class.
He's also grappled. I don't know if that affects.
He is
armor
grappled.
class.
That would catch him flat-footed. I think he's just denied all dexterity.
Yeah, because he's grappled. Of course he
Anyway.
is. He's denied dexterity. So yeah, in that case, that is a hit.
Okay. All right. So this is a thing. DC 19. Right. I've not done this before. So his normal charnel touch, which just does normal damage, is instead
Just
going to
normal
be
damage.
a thing called Scabrous. Well, it does
Oh my
negative
word.
energy damage. This is going to be Scabrous Touch. This is a class ability, not a spell. So I reach out and touch him, and instead of this negative energy, just this sort of glowing, it almost looks like liquid, kind of moves over his body. Can he do a DC 19 Fortitude save?
-6 to this, I believe.
I believe so.
That is a failure.
-8, actually, Rob. I don't know if that affects the.
It's more of a failure.
Okay, so he will immediately take 1d4, I think. Yes, he will take 1d4 strength. So he takes 2 points of strength damage. Can he please make another fortitude save, DC 19?
Nope.
Nope. So as this diseased touch just overtakes him, he is immediately infected with blinding sickness. He now has that disease. He is permanently blind and takes the 2 points of strength damage. But that will continue onward. He has that disease now.
Oh my word. I mean, pretty much at this stage, I would say it's pretty much mate.
I would say he's ripe for questioning, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean...
At this point, Ansel is also like, that felt weird. What's happened?
The wolves
at
are...
the end of
alive.
that, actually,
Yeah.
I think at the end of my round, I'll say, we have questions, but we really only need to ask one of you. Decide between each other.
They immediately start yelling, I am of superior command! It is I know the word! I know... and as they bay for your attention, and as the wolves, I shall say, are just dispatched easily because there's 5 rounds, you can all easily dispatch them. I think that will conclude the combat, and I think that will also conclude the first part of this session. So those of you watching live, thank you ever so much for dropping by. Always very much appreciated, and also a very big thank you. I don't think I've had the chance to say it on a stream yet, but we have now reached the level of Affilate, and it is because of each one of you who has dropped in to watch us live. So personally, thank you ever so much for doing so. It does mean a lot, and it does mean that there's a taste for this game. So we shall continue doing so, and we shall continue being live, but also afterwards on YouTube as well. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, and we will catch you in a very short while. Be right back. Okay. And we have returned. While the floors were made of wood, the rest of the structure is of stone, so it isn't particularly difficult to tend to the fires once the beasts have been dispatched, and that you've been able to do. You now have a predicament in front of you. Two blind, robed figures, each contesting against the other. The one knows more than the other. Old man
And
remains where he is, yes, on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got a little seating area. Let's gather together in the seating area and have a little chat.
Are we tying up the victims?
We can tie them up for sure. I don't think we need to really. I think they're I think they know not to mess about.
As this goes on, Silasta will just go up to Old Man Ollum and just give a and just like a kick inside.
My face! Like he clutches his face. What happened?
Take a seat as well.
Oh, you're very kind. I knew that Bograve kept good company. Please, would you mind just helping an old man to his feet? He reaches out a hand.
Silasta will just walk to the seats instead.
Oh, youths of today. He ignores the fact that he already knows that you're an elf. He'll still call you a youth. Struggles up to his feet using the desk there, and will sort of like sway and says, "You were victorious, as I knew you would be."
Did you have an inkling they were coming?
I had suspected, yes.
You
sort of made that apparent, didn't you, with your last words before they attacked? Actually,
Yes, I was
trying to. Go ahead.
I was trying to gauge your position, if I'm being completely honest, Bogram.
Mm-hmm.
Thus,
Can we get a sense motive on him and just try and
Yeah.
suss whether he's
of course you can. Are you
just
making
sort
him
of
come
terrified and on
to
the back
where the
foot?
cultists are? Where these guys are?
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler
Yeah,
that I
come
said
sit down.
cultists. They look like cultists.
15 on a sense motive.
No, I just don't trust him. No, either way. Even if he sounds genuine.
He does. He obviously means what he says when he was trying to assess your position, Bogram. That's what you get from that. It seems to be telling the truth that was the case. There's no denying that the man is incredibly shifty. Hasn't been forthcoming with you in the slightest. But he continues to say, it seemed rather fortuitous that within weeks of this necromantic scourge gripping the city, that a very powerful necromancer would make himself known, Bogram. Your return is... well, it has neat timing, shall we say.
Nothing to do with me. The timing isn't entirely coincidental. Just passing through.
If truth be told, this did occur has been occurring a few weeks, even building in power since your supposed arrival.
Supposed.
Such things can be engineered.
I mean, I would say that it's probably been going on longer than I've been here. I've been here for like a week, maybe.
As far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
It is why I was testing you, Bogram. It was why I wanted to see if you had aligned yourselves with these. And he gestures to the two robed individuals that have gone deathly silent and just stand there motionless like statues.
These two assailants. Okay. Well, I suppose the first question is, why did you attack us?
You're addressing, the one that's closest will say, you are an enemy that needed to be dealt with.
An enemy of who?
The Bloodfather.
The Bloodfather. That sounds very much like a name our good friend would go by, doesn't it? If ever there was a alternate name for a vampire.
Fingers in pies.
Definitely sounds like a vampire-y name, doesn't it? Right. And obviously we are going to want to know as much as possible about this Bloodfather. And since you answered first, I point at the one that spoke to us, obviously you're the one that we need. You're in charge, and you are completely useless, the other one. So, Silasta, if you would...
Just this once.
I'm just looking at the guy.
The guy desperately seems to like reach his hands out in a defensive manner, not really knowing Silasta stands directly behind him. But he says, you must understand, you could threaten us with death, but nothing that you are capable of can rival what our leader can achieve.
Hang on. No. You have absolutely no idea. Just hold off. Just give me one moment. I will go out here. I'll go wander. Just wait there. I'll just disappear for a minute. This one and this one. That's two casts. So 1, 2 standard actions. I will now resurrect them both. I think they're skeletons, actually, this time. I'll bring them both back. So they're wearing their robes, but they are skeletons. All their skin and muscle and everything just sloughs off the minute that I resurrect them. And I'll take that off of my allowed onyx. And they'll just flank me, follow me back in, and I'll sit back down. And say, as you can see,
they can't see, they're blind.
They're both blind.
Oh yeah, no, both blind.
You'll have to make them touch them.
No, that's fine. Actually, in which case, I'll get the.
They can't see, they're blind.
Yeah, I'll get the skeletons to grab them then. So these are your accomplices, now very much under my control, and this should be an example of how you worry about death. That is the absolute least that I could do. It is so much worse.
What you offer says the first one to have spoken. We'll say to differentiate, the first one has sort of like a pointed beard. The other one is clean shaven. There we go. So the first one speaks. He says, "What you describe is something that we are all prepared for. We are a cult of." Not a cult, he wouldn't describe it as a cult, sorry. We are an order of
family.
Death. And we relish in becoming decaying in service. Though I must admit, your service is not exactly what we would have in mind. You can do a sense motive.
Yeah, why not? I probably can't. No, I can't. It's exactly the same.
So to you, Obsidian, he is wholly resolved to those words.
Mm-hmm.
10. Ansel got 13.
The roll was 12, so Ansel, you know, the others don't, but you see through the charade, you see through the facade. You should have control, by the way, Bogram.
Yes.
Oh, they've already moved. So there we go.
I have them now in
Ansel, you're the one who solely sees through the facade, and you see that. Well, that is total bollocks. These guys are out to being necromancers. They are not out to being the unwitting puppets of that power. So you can see through that.
Mm-hmm. I think Ansel will just, because Bogram's kind of leading the interrogation. He'll just be like he just lets him know that they're chatting shit, but he's not going to say it.
Gives him the eye,
yeah.
Silas will put his hands on the guy's head, like the snap he's just holding.
Like he just jumps and cries out at your grasp, anticipating the worst, expecting a dagger or something just to go into his back.
Okay.
What's the name of your group? Is it the Sanguine Coven, or is it a different one?
We have had dealings with the sisters, but no. We proudly name ourselves the Lightbreakers.
Oh, you're the Lightbreakers.
The Lightbreakers. We've heard that before.
It is one of the cults that Derek Redhaven had name dropped, as having lived a very long time, has had the opportunity to start a good number of cults in his name. It would seem that to the Lightbreakers, the Blood Father is their leader.
Okay.
And if you want to see more of the Lightbreakers, see the Kingdom of the Cursebroker, where they first appeared.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We know that there's some magical necromantic effect overtaking the city.
Yes.
We don't
glorious work.
really know why. We don't 100% know who we can trust. And Bogram just gives a very pointed look at Old Man Olam. Why are we considered a threat to you at this point?
It was made known to us that you specifically The three of you have been traveling across the breadth of the realm of Orenthale, and that it was inevitable that you would arrive here in the city sooner or later. Watches were placed, and it wasn't long for us to learn of your presence here. The Bloodfather has many agents, and you aren't exactly inconspicuous.
That's true. We're not very, are we? What do
How
you know
many
about
more of you? Oh, go on.
Sorry, Anton. Carry on.
No, I was just going to ask how many more of them were in the city.
The city has become our domain. It is amusing that a city's so staunchly against our practice is now the home of such power. For now, at least.
And is the Bloodfather here? Or is he still in the Hollow Descent?
I am merely a humble servant. And the master travels as he pleases. He goes in many forms.
That much is definitely true.
In his long years, he has been to the city many times, though. That is not a secret.
And where does he reside when he visits?
Where he chooses. He has no fixed abode in the city. Rather, he humbly requests hospitality from others, and they abide.
I see. What were you going to ask, Obsidian?
My main question is there a... Sorry, I think the nasty fox is back in the garden and the dog's losing his mind. Is there a particular interest in Graves and Co? There does seem to be quite a lot of that power around that place. Is there a reason specifically for that?
The power that you're referring to is spreading almost to the full width of the entire city. If this Graves and Co. is covered, it is merely because everywhere else is covered.
But one particular member of that household seems to have a connection to it and is seeing an entity. I was hoping you could help me to understand why.
I imagine we could instruct one so naturally gifted to such a power. You must bring her to our next meeting.
I think I've had enough. just look at, just give Silas the look.
The clean-shaven guy's neck gets snapped.
You can roll the damage if you want.
I think it's an auto crit. So...
Yeah, he's a helpless target at this point, so just auto crit, just to see if it does the job.
Well, 18's the critical damage, and then he could 28's the fortitude save.
He crumples to the ground, and the man who had said that about your daughter shuts his mouth. And there's no hiding the fact that he now is very scared. Blind, unable to see where the assailant came from or what's happened to his comrade.
Just heard a horrible snapping sound. And a flump.
And then a crumbling
and
sound.
Silence.
Yes, and then silence. Listen. There is only so much that I can explain to you. The Master will do terrible things to me should I divulge the information. We are sworn servants. You don't know what he's like.
I have an idea of what he's like. But when it comes to this situation, a situation I take more seriously than you could possibly imagine, you don't know what we're like.
Oh, give me an intimidate check, please. And because of the situation, he's going to have severe penalties to his roll to resist that.
Oh, what?
Oh,
why not?
And he rolls shit, so that's a severe penalty. Indeed.
38.
He's on -2 to resist that. So yeah, that probably combined with your fear aura maybe like blends here, perhaps Bogram at this stage, but it is the nameless fear. It is the darkness. It is the thing that goes unwatched in the night. Your imagination is a much more terrifying threat than anything in front of you can be. Which is rather fitting because I can't see you. He is terrifying.
I take it back. What you can see is worse.
But yeah, those words definitely break him. So you'll probably be able to get some more information out of him because of that incredible roll.
Yeah, he's just said there's only so much I can explain to you. So explain it. Tell us what you know, if you know of the plan for the future, and if you know of any way to undo some of what's happened.
I only know what I've been allowed to know. Those who are integral to the plan's execution are kept close. Only limited information is shared should it fall into the wrong hands. But what I do know is this. The Fugue Prism, it is this dark crystal that pulls the essence of life within it. And this is not unlike certain spells that can capture a soul, bring it into a phylactery, a magic jar. There are many, many different types of necromantic power that can be facilitated in this manner. But on this scale, it's never been done. Hundreds and hundreds of souls being pulled around and around until they're down the plug hole into the heart of the crystal, anyone who has died within the time that this prism has been active will have been pulled inside, and their essence will be made to serve the Bloodfather. That is what is happening. The use of these souls, this essence, I am not privy to.
Is there some sort of a focus? A material focus? Or several material focuses?
Foci.
Okay. You said it with such... Definitely. Yeah, okay.
This crystal, this Fugue Prism is the focus, but it lies somewhere in the heart of the city.
And you don't know where.
I have my suspicions.
Okay. And what are your suspicions?
Then spies.
Yeah, the spies away.
Deep beneath the city, only accessible through secret means. There are structures built upon structures. The path of faith is home to many temples. And a great deal of construction has been occurring there of late. You actually think back to earlier today when you were coming back from the castle. You remember going through the path of fate and seeing, and this was mentioned, obviously it was a long time ago, so I don't expect you to remember, but you do remember seeing that there was a vast amount of construction going on at the time. You wouldn't have made note of which temple that was, but yeah, there appears to be
But we remember seeing it.
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, big
Okay.
time.
Interesting. So that could be the entrance then to some subterranean
Yes.
place.
Accessible through the sewers. It is where others of our kind have been coming and going and forth, going back and forth, but never entering. Only the select few may enter. And from what I understand, those that pass through that way come face to face with what is guarding the way. For the Bloodfather is not blind to the efforts of those that would wish to stop him. It is why we have been sent to kill you. But now I fear he did not suspect we would be capable of doing so.
And what guards the Fugue Prism?
I do not know. I have never seen it, but I have heard it.
And what does it sound like?
Give us your best impression.
Oh,
Unearthly screaming.
unearthly screaming.
Interesting.
That is only what guards the way. Beyond it, I do not know. I have never been privy to its location
Okay.
or to the nature of it.
Do we have the page from the spell book about the Fugue Prism, or
Yeah.
I know that it was torn out of the book, but did
Yeah,
Could-
so,
Ansel?
yeah.
Yeah, go on. If there was
No, all I was going to say
something
was
important.
that it was lost from last session, so it is good to recap. Olam showed he'd had it and then slapped it into your chest, if you remember, Bogrim, because you were like, "Oh, this patient mission." He was like, "Boom, there it is!" Like just to show a one step ahead, basically. So Bogrim currently has that page. That's what all I was going to say.
Something
Cool.
to look at.
That's good.
Okay.
Could Ansel take a look at it and see if, like, I don't know how, if it's written in common. If it's not, I can't really look at it. But I'm thinking I could sort of cross-reference what he said with what I can work out from the page of the.
Yeah, and to be honest, that'll be fairly easy. It's pretty much as Olam had described. The reason it's a prism is because it takes in souls as if it were light. There's much philosophical writing on the soul being the light within every living thing, but refracting it and changing it for some other purpose, and that is very much described on that page. It lists a few occasions where it has been attempted to create phylacteries. A failed attempt where it was perhaps once that there was a whole line, like a whole royal line in ancient days that served the dark powers that tried to have every single one of their family members have a phylactery, and that failed. So that they could all live forever. Armies trying to make sure that if your armies fell in battle, they could just be brought back. But all failed.
And there's no, presumably, there's no indication as to why they failed.
There isn't really an indication as to why they failed, other than it's just an incredibly complicated theoretical necromancy.
Gotcha.
Okay. I have one more question.
Please, if I answer it, at least give me a head start. At least let me try and get away.
One more question. And this one's really important to me, so don't lie.
Speak it. Speak it.
This man, and I point at Olam.
Who?
He's blind. Oh my god. Blinding is such a bad call now.
The old man, the owner of this residence, did he know that you were coming for us today?
We have not made it a secret that we have asked for his expertise, and he has not been unwelcoming. But I dare say he did not expect the assault upon his home. That perhaps we did promise that we would return. Yes, you see, he's saying it, Bogram. I was perfectly justified in thinking this. You could have been the one behind this this undead conspiracy.
Okay.
I would have been a fool not to suspect it, Bogram. You're capable of things beyond our imaginings when you once dwelled here.
All right. You got any more questions for this chap, guys?
I don't believe so.
So I asked that. I was actually gonna. I was asking if you had any more questions.
I misunderstood.
No, I was going.
Like
If you have no more questions, then he actually made a really good suggestion. He said a head start. So I think that's probably fair.
You'll return my sight to me.
Release
Oh yes. Yeah. Sure. Actually, I will. Do you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll return your sight. So I just stand in front of him, and where I cast blindness, I also cast deafness on him.
Oh, man.
And turn him loose. Let him run.
He, as soon as you see
10,
him,
20 seconds should be enough, right? Go ahead.
you see him jolt, and then he realizes that his hearing's gone, and he sort of reflexively just hurls himself back. The chair behind him just scrapes across the ground, and he trips over and falls on the ground and begins scrambling around on the ground.
Lovely. Yeah. Just let him find his way out. Give him about, 20 seconds head start. Get the skeletons to
20
finish him off.
seconds, he'll get to halfway across the room, and then you tell him the skeletons to go after him.
Yeah, just do him in.
Yeah, they move behind him, and where their flesh has just fallen away from their frames, they just pull those long knives that they've been armed with and just jam them viciously into the man as he scrambles on the ground. He gives a wailing cry, blood pouring into the floorboards, and then he moves no more.
Super. We don't take chances. These guys mess with the family.
Ouch.
And also, I think it sends the right message to old man Olam. That's why it's particularly brutal. He has to know.
You are, I don't even recognize you.
I am fiercely protective of my children. And this situation has them under threat at the moment.
I was thinking for your family, Bogram. I was concerned that some monster had returned from the depths of the wilderness to bring this blight on the city.
Monster, wait, we'll stop them, whatever it is. But I'm not very happy that you've been helping these people.
I've not been helping them. I've been trying to keep them at bay. I'd be a fool to reject them. They would have killed me.
Do you have any further thoughts on whatever this thing is? The guardian beneath the city.
There are rumours of screaming in the very bowels of the city. But I
sort
do
of
not
sounds
know
like
of it.
that's maybe where we need to go if we want to put a stop to this Fugue Prism. Liberate the city.
I know you do not trust me, Bogram, but I am resolute in the matter of having no choice. But I can help you where I can.
Well, it's not entirely up to me. The rest of my team here have witnessed your actions and witnessed what's happened here today. What say you, boys?
You ask the executioner to decide my fate. He shoots a look at Silaster.
Perhaps you could explain a little to us. Silaster took a little look in your shed outside. Just wondering what that's all about.
Squirm, bitch, squirm.
I admit there are questionable materials within my work shed. As Bogram may have alluded to, our practice is slightly frowned upon, so to achieve the experiments that I partake in, the same experiments that your friend practices in, I have to acquire those materials, and I'm afraid sometimes that does mean I have to acquire them illicitly.
Rob a few graves, or do you bring your own fresh meat for experimentation?
I see your disdain, and I rebuke it. Why, this...
Sorry.
It was a good necromancer pun, actually, wasn't it?
Good line.
I loved it. It was really good.
But why this mentality pervades is beyond me. Why you need look to the distant plain of Harrow, the graveyard realm where undead walk as if they were the citizenry. I merely wish to bring about that change here.
It is a really thin line we walk.
Look, I will show you the result of my experiments. You will not be able to deny their use. And he sweeps hobbles over to his desk to show you what he'd been working on when you'd arrived. I had intended to present this to you, Bogram, but obviously things escalated somewhat. Here, and he holds forth this vial, it's a clear vial full of black sand. Here. This will perpetuate your life when no touch of a cleric or of any healer will help you. And he gives to you a vial of black sand. You can give me a knowledge religion check if you would like to see if you know what that is.
I mean, I can try. Probably won't be very good, but I'll give it a shot. Knowledge religion. Oh, 21.
Yeah, you've actually had encountered this in your research. Though slightly, it is a power that has evaded you because it's not really in your skill set, unfortunately. However, it is still necromancy, technically, so we'll see if we can change that over time. But for the time being, you know that black sand is a cleric spell, actually. But what it does, it creates this black sand, this material infused with shadow stuff and negative energy. It covers a space of 20 feet, and that creatures that come into contact with the sand take 1d4 points of damage per round from negative energy. Now, of course, to the living, that's a problem. But to one such as yourself, that means you effectively have a 20-foot surface of healing area to stand in. Or to lie in, should you be knocked below 0. So let me quickly... I did make a note of that somewhere, but I will just paste that into the...
Thank you very much.
So it is exactly as the spell. You can look it up, Black Sand 3.5. I believe from the Sandstorm book. Is it Sandstorm? Yeah, Sandstorm.
There is a sandstorm book, yeah. I'll have a look, because I'm always looking at spells that I don't have that are necromancy that I can take on the advanced learning things. It might be handy.
Yeah, so this isn't the spell. This is a one-time throwable vial of it. So you can throw it, and within wherever it lands, 20 foot around that is infused with that. Okay.
Amazing. How long does that last? If it's the base for the cleric, it will be 3 minutes?
Yeah, so let me
is that right?
see. I believe it is 3 minutes, yeah. 1 minute per level. Yeah, 3 minutes. So really good if you're in a big fight and you want constant healing, or potentially life-saving if nothing else can heal you because of your, shall we say, disposition.
That's very impressive. Thanks very much.
This must convince you of the worth of my experiments.
Okay.
Please, Bogram. You must understand. I'm not like you. They'd have done terrible things had I rejected them out of hand.
All right. I think we've got stuff to be doing, chaps. I think we need to go and find the entrance to this place.
Agreed.
Olam has earned the benefit of the doubt by being a mentor to me when I was younger. And so I'm prepared to offer the benefit of the doubt this time, as far as I'm concerned.
Most gracious, Bogram. I will remember
They did
this.
seem pretty scary, but maybe go steady on the fresh killing of, you know.
I understand.
We just try and necromancy's got a bad rep, but it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to live up to that reputation.
It is as I said, Bonkram. You need only look to the graveyard realm where the dead are as equal in society as the living. I should like to go there one day.
Okay. Sure. Right. You've got housework to do.
He looks around and it's like he's seen the damage for the first time. My home.
Yeah. Let's. Right. I'm not gonna get anyone else. I'm happy with the 2 skeletons that I've got with my 2 zombies. I think the 2 skeletons probably going to be pretty good as like drivers, maybe. For the...
I'm just gonna take them there so I can copy them into the token page that I have to go with the rest of your collection, shall we say? So let's copy them.
I think we'll keep them in their robes. So the robes can cover their face, you know. So they're going to be like shrouded, and we'll have them driving the necro wagon. I think that's
nice. Yeah, I like that very much.
I think that's pretty badass.
Yep. So they'll go in there then. Perfect.
So we've got a couple of like heavy like bodyguards for the necro wagon when we leave it, and then we've got the 2 drivers. think of names for my little undead posse.
Okay, so there's the two skeletons. I'm putting them next to the two zombie orcs that currently work the manure for for the horses. There we go.
Yeah. What next then? Obviously, we have the situation with the king, which is pressing, but also this, which is very pressing. Should we go and investigate the place where the construction was that we saw?
From
See if
what-
We
maybe
should
there's
at
some
least
sort of end.
see what's going on there.
Olin will chip in one last thing and say, from what they described, I think I know the entrance that they were speaking of. Look, I will show you. And he brings up like a localized map of the city, points to you like the rough direction to sort of look in to find the sewer entrance.
Okay. Are we game for that?
I'm
should
still
at least-
formulating a plan for the palace.
Yeah, I mean we're still having to put clues together for that. We have got a good 10 days, but I feel like this could sort of culminate
Yeah, this is only going to get more
any
powerful, isn't it?
time. Yeah, the thing is, it's sort of beyond my reckoning in that I don't really know how far it's already gone. Because it's so experimental, isn't it? The whole Fugue Prism thing. It's hard to know where the end goal is. And
Well, it's night. We either go now or we go in the morning. Or is it afternoon?
Late.
I think it was sort of late.
Yeah, late afternoon, early evening at the moment. The skies, because you're in autumn as well. Like darkness comes much swifter. The sky is currently like a scarlet orange, as the sun is very soon setting.
Presumably you've got through quite a lot of your resource for the day.
I've got one more level 4 spell.
So yeah,
Got all my level 3s, all my level 1s, and like 5 level 2s. I mean, I'd probably be all right.
Why not?
And heal those last few bits. It's sort of up to you. Probably going to be better off under the cover of darkness.
I'm going to atomize a moderate wounds potion.
Yeah, very good. Use the atomizer. Fire it up.
Oh, 1 and a 3.
Oh.
I suppose we could at least go and scope it out tonight and see if we can spot the entrance, get a lay of the land.
yeah.
And if it looks like we could come back the next day, obviously it would be better for me because I would be at full power. But like, if there's an opportunity, then we just take it. I don't mind.
Yeah, let's check it out at least.
Let's go and have a look.
Okay. You set off and you move as swiftly as you can through the city as Olam bids you a rather grateful farewell. You wind through the outer reaches of Valdenor and pass through the curtain walls that divide each of the districts. Until at last you walk upon the path of faith, which leads you past many different temples. This, unlike the Dominion, that has localized all faith under the same banner as everything else, the Congregation it's called. But here in the Free Kingdoms, you pretty much got a temple to any of the good and neutral gods, and they are all present here. The entrance that Olam had pointed out that the Lightbreakers had told of is a little out of the way from there. You are seeing that you're having to go around the outskirts of this area, as you had done previously in the day due to heavy construction work, scaffold, ropes, basalt, building equipment, and the like. And you see that there is sort of like a steep slope that then goes into what would be described as like not a subway tunnel, but like a subterranean tunnel that leads into the darkness. And then you see that there are a number of sewer entrances there.
And sorry, did you say we could see which?
Oh yeah, so
temple
you would
that was
know.
connected?
Oh yeah, well you don't know from here. The entrance that you've been guided to, you're not sure which one you'll be going under. It's hard to tell.
Right.
You'll be going under the district, effectively, the entirety of the district.
This is one of those things where, like, it could be an area beneath a building, or it could be an entire subterranean landscape. We have no idea what... Are we embarking on a little thing, or are we embarking on a 10-session subterranean adventure?
Dungeon, yeah.
What do we do?
You don't know? You don't know until you look?
Yeah.
We can always come back tomorrow, so there's no harm in looking now. We can always leave.
Yeah. I agree. Let's go for it. Let's go in and, you know, if we need to withdraw, come back. We're in the city. Why not? Let's do it.
Okay, you descend. And as you do so, you note that you are... you note that your passage is... The passage that you move through is pretty narrow. The way appears to be lit with a odd bioluminescent algae that appears to thrive in the filth that people put down sewers. Let's just put it like that. But regardless, it throws off this particularly sinister kind of light as you make your way through the tunnels. It's pretty much a straight walk, and you note that either side of where you walk there is like effectively like a foot wide, ever flowing stream of filth and silage and shit. The smell is not pleasant, we won't lie. However, as you reach a bend, you note that the tunnel widens out slightly, and this is what you see. And I will move you on to that particular map. It is as you approach this particularly large cistern-like area. There is the...
Why am I in this shit?
There is an undeniable... There is an undeniable sound. At first it comes in a whisper. Like a breath on the wind. And then you hear a no! And then a distant screams, cries for help, and desperation, screaming, echoing. And as
They said about screams.
As you approach into this place, it appears like there's this cacophonous sound of desperation emanating from this place as you stand there looking at it from the tunnel. You can just spot check for me as well, please.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, we're good at those.
17.
22.
3. Curse
So,
this mask!
Bogram,
It's always steaming up!
you're looking out across just the void of this thing. You see that there's this stone platform that is held by pillars of chain and there's sort of like basically like a 15-foot drop into the murky liquid. But Ansel and Silaster, almost at the same time, your instincts are attuned. Ansel a little quicker because of the better roll. You catch like a glint of something in the distance. You look at the far side. You see what looks like a large sack, like a cloth sack, but it appears to be like half open, and there's a glint of something shining in there, as if something has been hurriedly bundled away in a sack across the other side.
How far away is that? As far, isn't it?
I think 85 when you enter.
Yeah, it's hard to see. If I get within 60 feet, I can have a look if it's magic, but
Yeah.
I guess.
I could do detect undead as well.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to, aren't we? We don't.
We're going to have to approach, yeah, because otherwise we're just going to stand here.
Let me. Obsidian just charged in.
Yeah, mate. I jump into the pool in the mid. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that.
As you step in, there's you continue to hear those noises, and then it's almost like they become they are this cacophony, like when you hear a beautiful piece of music. When you focus, suddenly you can hear the strings coming in, or the woodwind, or the brass. Different rhythms of speech meet each of you as you arrive. And then, Bogram, as you're the first in, you hear, "It was an accident. We shouldn't have been doing this in the first place. There weren't enough of us on that site to make it safe." Someone else says, "It is the way of all things. The rich command that great structures be built. It is the poor that raise them up." "I'm trapped," you hear. "Please, somebody help me." And then the screams start echoing, reverberating around all of you. I need you each to do a check for me, please. Did you say that you were casting anything as you entered the room, by the way? Because you did say you were moving in and casting. I will ask that before you do this.
Well, I was considering casting Detect Undead, but I will cast Spectral Hand so that it's hovering sort of next to me.
Okay.
I was going to use See the Unseen so
that's ready.
Detect magic and invisibility
Okay.
and dark vision.
So, first of all, the spectral hand appears. It appears at your side, Obsidian, as I grab it. And I'll paste it here. So that's that one. Ansel, your sight, what does it enable you to see? Just so I can give an accurate...
So it gives me 60-foot dark vision. I can see invisibility and I can detect magic within a 60-foot cone.
Yeah, so you 100% detect magic coming from the bungler head. There appears to be a few different magical signatures of various kinds of magical items that lie ahead, to be blunt. Obsidian, the final thing that you said was that you cast Detect Undead. What does that enable you exactly to do? It just you sense undead in a certain area, is that right?
It works the same as detect magic.
Perfect.
It's a 60-foot cone.
So,
And the longer I concentrate, the more sort of information I get as to the power level of the undead.
Okay.
Yeah, so presence or absence of undead, second round, number of undead auras, third round, strength and location of each undead aura.
Okay, yeah. As you're hearing these voices, you cast Detect Undead, and the screaming, for you hear it just like a choir singing in the grandest cathedral ever constructed. Hundreds of voices all crying out in one dissonant song, and then whoosh, silence. And you hear 3 words, Bogram. You see me. And see it you do. You detect an undead presence. Suddenly whirling up from the centre of this chamber is a mist-like entity. It rises up, swirling in a vortex of power. Strange shapes appear to be moving in this vortex. You realise that the shapes that you see are faces, skulls. The faces of many undead presences. Your power says that you see how powerful this thing is.
Yeah, there's a table.
This thing erupts.
You would need to have a look at it to understand it.
I think I'm going to be safe in saying that as this thing erupts into the air, you have never faced anything undead on this scale before. This twisted miasma of undead presences erupts before you, and as it does, I will ask each of you to roll initiative.
Eep.
It's a really good explore and get the lay of the land, doesn't it?
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, Bogram's going first. I got a 19. That's a rare thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rob, the thing is, it's based on hit dice of the creature.
Yes.
If it is 11 or higher, so if it has more than 11 hit dice, the strength is overwhelming. If it's
You
between
are
5 and 10, the strength is
overwhelmed.
strong. Holy crap. Run away, everyone, because I don't think, can beat that. That's a bit beyond us. Holy crap.
Can you, read out your initiatives for me, please?
Bogram got a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Does that count? Is it an auto
Yep.
thing in initiative or not? I can't remember.
Yeah, it does.
Silaster 27. And Ansel 17.
Okay.
We have a real.
This thing just erupts in front of you, and it is overwhelming, to say the least. I just need to double check one thing. Okay. As it erupts before you, I need you to each make me a will save, please. As the battle erupts.
Is this a spell or a spell-like ability? Sorry, I
It
always
is.
ask.
Yes, it is. Don't be sorry. You have to check these things.
Sleep, stun, paralysis, poison, or disease. Is it any of those?
It is none of them.
Also have to.
26.
Did you say will?
Will save, yes.
35. Iron will.
Oh, another natural 20. 28. Holy crap. That's 2 natural
Oh
20s in
my
a row. It's
word.
going to go really badly from now on.
As the
This
miasma,
rate, we might win this fight.
as the miasma of death just billows up before the three of you, the strangers stand resolute. None of you quailing in its frightful aura. That being said, we now enter our fully into initiative. Obsidian, with a critical success, goes first.
I mean, I really don't think we can fight that. Given that I'm doing the Detect Undead, which means I've got an idea of how many hit dice that is, I feel like this might be a thing to run away from.
It could be lots of D4s for hit die.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. Did you say there was something about this thing at the back of the room?
Magic items.
Like someone's
Stuff in a
hastily
sack.
tried to hide some magic items. That's what it looks like.
I'm just wondering if it might be worth going for that, or there's some sort of environmental thing we can use here, because I'm not sure what we can do. I also, as it's undead, don't think I can... It's going to be beyond me to turn it. I can't damage it with rays or effects. My standard attacks can't do it. I don't think I can do anything against this.
It's your turn, Obsidian. We need you to act.
I will. Okay. I'm going to summon something that might be able to damage it. It's incorporeal. Oh, actually, can I get some sort of knowledge check to try and figure out
Yeah, you can do a knowledge
what
religion
it
check.
is? 16.
Yeah, you don't really know what this is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can pretty much tell that it's an incorporeal thing. It is manifesting here, meaning that it's. I mean, you probably have, because of your necromantic abilities, know that there are certain creatures that can project themselves onto this plane of reality, which makes them tricky combatants, but not impossible to defeat. But this thing is powerful. You can tell it's powerful, but you don't know what it is from that roll.
Damn. Incorporeal means that only magical things
Correct.
can damage it. So if I summon an undead, a really powerful undead, it's still not going to be able to hit it. I don't have anything I can do against this.
I'm gonna have to ask
chaps.
you for your turn, Bogram.
I will attempt to halt this thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's going to be the best I can do. Which, yeah, undead, halt undead. So, up to 3 undead creatures. I don't know whether this counts as one, whether this is a big mass of them. I don't know, but so I just hold up a hand, and I yell "Stop" in Infernal. It needs to do a will save. DC 21.
21. Okay. Okay.
If it's intelligent.
It's a success.
It's a success. So it is an intelligent creature.
So it passed the will save. Does that tell you if it's intelligent? I don't understand. It seems like it's
No,
intelligent.
if it is if it's a non-intelligent undead creature, so like if it's a
I see.
zombie
Right.
or a skeleton or something that's been summoned or is under control, like an unintelligent one, it doesn't get a saving throw. It just becomes immobile.
Oh, I see. So no, it is highly intelligent. What you're getting is it's highly intelligent.
Okay, I do that, and then I step the hell back out of the way.
So you reach forward, and your power, you reach forth and try and like hold back the storm. And Obsidian, the storm is going to look right back at you, and I need you to make a will save, please.
Okay. Is this like its turn, or is it like in?
It's turn.
All right. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yes,
16.
that is a failure. You reel as you feel something just immediately invade your mind, Bogram, and you feel this wrenching sensation as if it's reached into your soul and just plucked away your power as you take 6 charisma damage.
Oh!
Okay, now I definitely can't do anything against
You
it. so
feel this
I'm
energy
gonna
just
run
rip
away
from
first.
you. And do you actually take it? No, you don't take any physical damage. You just have the charisma damage just wrench from you. And it just gives this hollow as it feeds upon your essence. That is its turn, Silaster.
Wow. I see a cloud in front of me, and there's not much I can really do against a cloud.
Ain't a cloud, it's a storm of undead faces. Do not diminish it
Okay,
by calling it a
so
cloud.
much more than a
It is
cloud.
not a cloud.
A storm.
Silas, you are aware that Obsidian has been yelling, "This foe is beyond us.
All right, Gandalf.
This foe is beyond us. Fly, you fools!" Yeah.
Silaster drops into his Child of Shadow stance and glances at what he noticed earlier. And we'll think, I'll see if I can get there quickly. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I get to the sack. But that's double movement, that's all I can do.
So Silaster rushes as fast as he can to try and get there. Sprinting across this rim of stone to get to that sack. Excellent. That was Silaster's turn. Ansel.
Ansel will let's give it a go. First, he's going to command the shade forward. Like second, and shade's going to, I guess, dive into shit to get close enough.
Isn't that a 15-foot drop, dude?
It is a 15-foot drop into the thing. Can the shade just jaunt?
Yeah, it's fine. He can swim in shit. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, no worries.
He can't. He can't breathe anyway. So, and then I will. So to the idea being that he will affect the being in front of us, if he's capable of it, then I will launch a sickening blast at it on the off chance that does anything. 13 on its touch. If it is affected by the shade, it'll be -2 to its armor class.
Sadly, 13 on its touch isn't good enough. Your blast just goes into it, and it's like firing. It's just like firing your magic into the rain. It just goes off into the distance. As you miss, unfortunately, that is a hit, so you just miss.
No worries. And then I'll try and curse it as well. So if it's curseable, it will need to a DC 18 will save. Obviously -2 again if it's affected by the
DC
shade.
18, did you say?
Yes.
It succeeds. It beats it.
And then, having failed to do anything, I will leave. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. With Ansel's just like, yes, let's go. Come on. Chop, chop.
Live to fight another day.
And to the shade, he says, you stay there for a moment, and I'll see you shortly.
The shade is just standing there like a small shape, standing before this roiling power. We are back to the top of the round. In that case, Obsidian, what do you do?
So, the hand will fly forward and attempt to touch.
Okay, yeah.
So that is 17 on its touch.
17 hits on his touch armor class. Its touch armor class,
Lovely
I should
stuff.
say.
Okay. And then my one and only level 4 spell. It's going to be pointless because I'm so significantly weakened now. I've lost 3 points off of my spell DC. So it would be 22, 21, 20, 19. DC 19. Will.
What's
DC 19 will save.
What effect is it? Because I need to see if it actually needs to do it first of all.
It is a curse.
Okay, I need you
It
first
doesn't
of all...
need to be a living creature for a curse. It's
Okay.
the only thing I've got, basically.
Your spectral hand, does it say that it is able to touch incorporeal creatures?
It is incorporeal itself, so yes, it
So
can.
it can, perfect. Okay, great. And it's a curse. It's interesting. That it will make a save against it then. Let's see.
DC 19.
DC 19, okay. That is a success.
Okay, and I will also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 continue to run the hell away.
Yeah, you begin sprinting down the down there. That's fine. As it whirls about, it's going to, on its turn, it just moves past the shade. To that. And as it whirls past, seemingly pursuing the two fleeing into the tunnel, some terrible vision falls upon you, Silaster.
Uh-oh.
Because with its movement, it blocks that way of escape, but with its multiple minds, it reaches out to yours. Please make your will save. You get a +4 bonus.
You get a +4.
You get a
That's
+4
nice.
bonus.
Natural 20.
Whoa! You feel some kind of invasive aura. It's happening a lot this session, it seems. Try to break your mind. But maybe it's that image of the snow falling in your mind once again that you're able to resist the power. And then... Yep, that's it. That's all it'll do. Silaster, it's your turn.
Silaster will grab the sack.
You grab the sack. There is a multitude of different items in
Grab
it,
sack.
of which we'll probably be able to appraise at another time.
Yes.
If you survive.
There's nothing under the sack, yeah?
No, it's just a sack. It appears to have just been chucked here in a hurry. It would make a very good hiding place if someone were to try and, inconspicuously stash things. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's a standard action to pick up the sack and hoist it over my shoulder, so to speak. Which means I will then, seeing the way is blocked, I'm not going to make any call yet. I'm just going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can get to there. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. And I will, if the way stays blocked, I'm just going to make another decision and just get out of there and meet them later. So that's all I'll do for the moment.
Okay. Would you like to do a spot check whilst you stand there?
Ugh, 12.
Not particularly difficult. You see that there is a heavy iron block down the end of the passageway that you're facing towards, so the eastern direction, if we're treating this like a compass, just blocked. You won't.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a great way you could see past it. It's just like a heavy, just iron shutter door thing.
Shit. Our options are limited. Okay, cool.
Your options are limited.
No, he is incorporeal.
It was really nice knowing you.
You forget I have one trick up my sleeve that can help me with that, but it's okay. Anyway, that's all. That's my turn. I've moved. I'm done.
Yeah. So as you rush back with the swag, I've got to reward the effort. Honestly, I say reward. I've got to appreciate the effort.
Viciously punish.
We'll see if you. Yeah, viciously punish. I think is the good word. That was Silaster's turn. Ansel, it's your turn. Let's see where you are.
So the shade is going to pursue 20, 25 to there.
Yeah.
While Ansel will flee.
Okay, so I need to ask, are you doing anything else but moving away from it?
Oh,
I could escape, couldn't I?
Definitely say no. Ow.
Hey, it's up to you.
There's not really any point, is there? Because we're just trying to get out, so I might as well just run for it. Eh?
I'm just trying to get out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just run. I'll just double move and run.
Yeah, so you can double move and run, thus denying its attack opportunity. Very good. That was Ansel's turn then. As the shade sort of covers your retreat in a way, you speed away. That wasn't double movement. I think double movement gets you out, right? Off the map.
Yeah, I think it does. I should say once I'm 120 feet from the shade, he disappears.
Gotcha.
And reappears next to me.
Okay, so that'll give basically a round of it being there should you be off the screen and other people are still present. Are we saying that's fair?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so.
Okay, great. That was Ansel's turn. We are back to the top of the round. Bogram, the swirling death storm is well, it's moved towards your position. That's the last thing you've seen. What do you do?
Kill it. Command undead.
I don't have any more command. I mean, I've got command undead as well as a level 2 spell, so there's no way it's failing that save. All I can think of to do is halt undead that might, but it won't work because that's going to be DC 18, and it's overcoming that easily. No, I just run. Double move. I'm out of there.
And you're not in reach, so you can just double move, and you can also leave.
I'm just like, I see that Silas is in trouble. I recognise
he can look
that
after
is the
himself.
case, but I'm aware of his ability to vanish and zip about and whatever. And I literally cannot help him right now. I have nothing that I can do against this thing, so I'm out. I wish you luck.
You'll do great. As
I believe in you.
As the retreat, 2/3 of the fighting force retreat. It is its turn.
Also, you did choose to run to the opposite side of the room, aren't you?
Please perform
Yes.
a will save for me, please.
+4?
Nope, not this time. Different thing.
Can I have
Different thing.
That's another natural 20.
Roll 20 does not want us to die today.
Not today.
My word. Yeah, you resist. You resist some invasive power desperately urging you to become with them. You must join us! Join us! And it will also... It can. It will. It's going to move towards you. It can do that.
Hello.
That's its turn. Siaster, it's your turn.
So, Silaster will... Okay, Silaster is in essence wanting to teleport into that square with his Shadow Jaunt ability.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, Shadow Jaunt doesn't... It's not a supernatural special, doesn't provoke, it can be used, I don't know. So, whether that provokes an attack of opportunity or not, I don't know, because he's not casting anything, he just does it.
I've never taken that as something that you boom and you're gone. That's the use of that spell, is to just zip away from a situation.
Yeah.
So for the time being, I'm happy to say it doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. Maybe we'll look into it in future, but for now, no, you're fine. So that's what you're doing. You zip away.
Well, that's the standard action.
Yeah.
The move action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It gets me into there.
Fucking run.
Yeah. So you vanish in one spot, appear somewhere else, and start sprinting away. And as you vanish,
I'm not even going to bother trying to turn invisible, but sorry.
As you appear and then start running, you just hear this thing screaming after you, like demented with rage that its target has just vanished. Like you've never heard anything like this in your life. That's your turn for the most part. Ansel, your turn. I imagine just running. Yes.
Yeah.
We're back to the top of the round. Obsidian, running.
Yeah, I mean, well, I suppose we're just trying to get out of the building that we entered, and just back out into the open.
Yeah, we're with you guys now. We until we get everyone off the board, then that is how we're just envisioning it, because it will take you a while. We described you going through that tunnel for a while, so that's what you're doing, just sprinting down this tunnel away. As we then complete Obsidian's turn, we're back to it. And it pursues you, Silaster, not content just to leave you.
If you could see Silaster, he would actually be sweating at this point. He is concerned.
Look, he is concerned. That's the most British thing you've ever said.
He is concerned.
He is concerned.
Just concerned.
Just it's a minor worry. Quibble. Oh,
He's over me.
it's fast. That was a lot of dice.
You take 10. You take 10 points of psychic damage as it just moves across you. There is no save.
Oh.
I need you to perform a will save, please.
Said 20 in a row. What? You found a way to hack it.
You know what?
Amazing.
I think at this stage we need to give that the honor that deserves, because that is freakish. So
yes.
Let me just explain what is going to happen with that power. That power is probably the most destructive force I have thrown at you in this campaign, this whole campaign. That power I've just thrown at you. I'm not going to say what it is, because you might face this thing again. But without a doubt, you are facing one of the most powerful servants of darkness that you've gone up against. What power of yours within your soul, from your background, from your character's point of view, what is the thing that rises to meet it, this insurmountable evil that has just reached out to claim you?
He went in there and he again focused whenever he needs to. He's taken himself back to the peaks, back to the cold, the obelisk. And the more he focuses on it, the bigger this obelisk gets, until this vast crystal envelops his mind. And that he is moving as this crystal spire envelops him mentally. And everything goes silent. You can hear a trace of the wind, of the snow flurries. He can hear his feet moving in snow as it crushes under his foot.
Incredible. And go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, to the point that in his eyes, the snow is now with him in this cavern.
Incredible. You sort of like come back to yourself for a moment, and as you're running, you're no longer running on the floor. You're running up the wall. As your new ability that we discussed kicks in. I think that's pretty perfect. However,
Beautiful.
that is... we're just going to go from it to you now. So it is now going to be your turn, Silaster. Does your movement get you off the board? I think it might. It would have to be, again, a full...
You're assuming he's not stopping to fight it.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Well, yes. So he uses that new ability to run pretty much up and around the walls of the corridor to evade it. And as he kind of gets out of his evasion, he drops down and continues the run out of that stance back as he snaps out of it, back onto the cobbles as he sprints out, which will get him out.
And you can feel it just on the back of your neck, and then the vision of you moving through snow takes over, and it is a long while after this moment has occurred that you finally come back to yourself, Silaster, and you realise that you have managed to escape somehow. It feels to you at this point, Silaster, that there was genuinely something there helping you, connected to you from your past and perhaps from your future. We move to the entrance of the sewer, and the three of you you can tell me. Ansel, you're the first. I think, were you the first one out? I think you were, weren't you?
Yeah.
Ansel, you were the first one out, so you can tell me what's running through Ansel's mind first, as he's the first one that gets out and feels brilliant fresh air.
So I think he bursts into the fresh air, gasping for air after A, the run, and B, the fear of the thing behind, and also obviously the stink of being in a sewer. And I think for a second he looks around, sort of in panic, not being able to tell where his friends are, and then emerging from a shadow on the wall, the shade appears as it recalls to him after being too far, and he looks at it and says, "Well," and the shade just shrugs. He doesn't know. And so there's probably a couple of few seconds of worry and fear that his friends might not have made it.
It's just that point where it gets a little bit tense, and you don't know if you can hear anyone. Then Bogram, you're the first out. What's running through your mind, Bogram, as you emerge into the cold, now night air?
So like he comes out and he sort of outwardly, Ansel could see a guy that looks terrified, like, oh my god, this is awful, you know, this is a really bad thing that we've encountered, but under the mask he's got a big smile on his face.
You sick bastard.
Because this is what he always, like, every time he comes up against things and gets really close to death, and like he's just like, this is living. It's just something that just, he has got some weird issue. That's why he's doing it in the first place. That he's just like, wow. And he's kind of excited because that was just some insane undead power, and he wants it. He wants it for himself.
I want it.
And finally, Silaster, we already know what was running through your mind. So as you rejoin the other two, you can have a quick discussion. What do you want to do?
Well, I think we should come back to that in like a year.
Well, the thing is, you could get past it without defeating it.
You could get past it
Silas
without
managed to
defeating
get past. All we need to do is to get one of the routes. We just need to choose left or right. We all decide together, make a run for it.
One of those paths was blocked. You notice, actually, Silaster has a tear running down his eye. Maybe more reflex than anything emotive, but...
Everything okay?
It's fine. It's... I miss my home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here and I missed my home. It's insane. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but that was crazy.
It was unusual.
Well, maybe there is some clues in here.
Oh yeah. Maybe we should find somewhere a little more secure before we.
Great.
Yeah, well, let's go home. Let's go back to Graves and Co.
I forgot I left
I
the
think-
birdcage.
I don't think, Ansel, I don't think that you are entirely mistaken. I think we might be able to get past it, but I don't think we can beat that. I think running was our only option.
Yes,
there.
it became clear quite quickly.
Yeah, when it sapped my main ability as well. I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, hopefully that's not permanent.
Oh my god. Yeah, I really hope that's not. Well, we'll find out, won't we, tomorrow? It starts coming back. Yeah. Let's go back to Graves and Co.
Agreed.
Okay.
You've got shit on your cane.
Yeah, you're gonna start making your way back to Graves and Co. And it's deep into the night by the time you return.
So we'll head into my what's it called?
Little workshop.
A workshop,
we've
but a
described it as the
mortician's workshop.
workroom.
Moratorium?
Moratorium,
It's
sure.
called
Moratorium.
Or a morgue, yeah.
Or a morgue, yeah, I suppose. The operating room, I guess, where we would do the business. It's the best place to gather, I think, at this point. I can't find myself. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so you're somewhere on there. It's a bit of a mess, this one, because I keep throwing tokens all around this one. Yeah, so you pile in then.
Use the operating table.
Is there anything that you would discuss either on the way or when you arrive back?
Well, I think we're all in sort of stunned silence.
Just any idea what that was?
Not really. I've not encountered anything like it. We've not encountered anything quite as powerful as it either. So,
Well, excepting the odd vampire.
except maybe the vampire himself, yeah.
And possibly that big flesh thing we saw in the book.
Oh yeah, maybe that.
Hard to say.
It is very hard to say.
We didn't stick around very long for that.
Silaster will upend the bag, or the sack.
He upends his sack.
You upend the sack, and a number of choice magical items tumble out, which will be generated because it is a sack of random loot, which we will come to in a moment. But before you do that, literally as this all random bar one thing, I should say, which we will come to. There is the sound of dun 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 as there is a knock on the front door. In the middle of the night, no less.
Who is it?
Sorry, I'll take off the mask and stuff, and I'll go to the front door
Savast will follow behind.
and open it.
So,
Work in the shadow this side of the door.
you open the door, and for a moment, you don't see anything at all. You just see...
There's a whole royal guard.
Is there actually Royal Guard there still? I haven't loaded it up.
Yeah,
It's
online.
the royal guard. Isn't it?
Okay, it's not the Royal Guard.
We don't need to.
The
They've
Royal
returned.
Guard. Yes, I forgot they were there. No, it is not the Royal Guard. As you open the door, you look out into the cold night air, and then you pause and realise you have to look down, as there is a figure that you recognise even in the gloom. You're right there, pals. Long time no see. As Sir Stone gives you a broad grin, and that is where we will pick up next time. Yeah, I would do the magic items on stream, but I don't want to push our luck. I think we've done quite well, and my laptop started making noises. So I think we'll call it there. We'll do some quick magic item generation.
Oh no!
It's fine. I think we're okay. We'll do some magic item generation really quick off stream.
Stream still seems to be
We
fine.
will cover what we get in a recap, I think, because I think that is a nice place to leave it. But as ever, as has now become tradition, I will ask for a final thought before we round off the session, I think. Let's start with Dom. Final thought before we leave it. If you have one.
I'm just bewildered by the storm of faces and ghosts. So I'm not quite sure how to deal with that. So definitely having at least a session. Well, not a session. A week's gap to have a thought of tactics and stuff for that will be useful, I think.
Yeah, you were able to try a few things, but you weren't able to try everything. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see how you approach it in the future. Certainly, yeah, and it's always good to have a week to think about it as well. Certainly, Matt, your thoughts before we conclude?
Yeah, same really. We're getting. It's a bit of a thing because it's uncommon in D&D to know like when to like run away from a fight, because you often don't really want to in D&D. It's more like there are other games that we've played where you often have to run away. So it's a bit of a thing in D&D. We're sort of starting to recognise when that becomes
I'm dead proud
like
of
this
you
is
guys.
the most viable thing for us. And like I'm just glad that we did recognise that. Silaster somehow managed to get the bag and get away, which was a massive gamble. I think, Jesus, dude, that was close. But yeah, otherwise, same thing, really. Like, I'm trying to think of what we could possibly do against something like that, and we are going to need some serious prep time. We're going to need scrolls, maybe something to try and weaken it or make it corporeal, or I don't know. But glad we've got time to think about it. So yeah.
And also really nice work with your chat with Olam as well, I wanted to say, because that kind of that was quite a nice little
Oh
thing
yeah.
as well.
Oh, that was another thing. Yeah, I still don't trust him.
No,
but
he's still
we'll-
shifty,
we'll
but
let-
yeah.
But that's
nice.
why Bogram, who likes to think that he's a good person, was particularly harsh and brutal with those cultists because he wanted Olam to see that
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
understand that he's not crossed. So
Mental note.
yeah.
Don't cross me, otherwise, yeah, you'll be messed up. And yeah, let's then move to the one who felt the hand of the gods this evening.
The nutter himself.
I mean, your whole
The
session.
1 in 8,000 roll.
1 in 8,000.
For
Listen,
3 natural 20s on 3 will saves. That's 1 in 8,000.
I remember a time where you were rolling really badly, session after session. Mike, let's get your final thoughts as well before we wrap up.
Yeah, what luck, because if any of those charisma damage had hit me, I would be dead. I'd be in a coma.
You're assuming that's what he was going with against you with.
That will save could have been a save or die.
Could have been anything.
Sort of slay
It
living
could
type
have
thing.
been.
Anything. It was pretty bad. I won't lie.
But I mean, something is triggered in Silaster maybe that helped him with that, and perhaps that's something he can take with him in what he's hoping to do, both in his personal agendas and this Fugue Prism thing, which he's getting more invested in than he probably had initially liked, but still.
I just like that you handled that really beautifully, and I had to acknowledge the fact that sometimes it does feel like that luck is on your side. Sometimes it does feel like that even when there are terrible things happening to your character in this game that we all love, sometimes the unreal happens where fate decides that this is not your day, not today. With that, that's all today from Roll the Bones.
What do you say to the DM?
Not today. So yeah, that's it from Roll the Bones. As ever, once again, thank you ever so much for those who've watched us live all these times to get us to Affilate. We really appreciate it. And for those of you watching on YouTube after that, thanks for dropping by and liking the video and subscribing if you want to see more like it. It would seem like our technical issues haven't been nearly as bad, if fact, even really present since last time. I know we've never had the highest of quality, but I think we're back to where we were, which is something, until great changes that will begin to take place pretty soon. But until then, thanks for watching. Roll them bones.